Here's to hoping the evening is gonna go well. Welcome to watching Bounty Hunters, a weekly series of GGST Strive first to 7 exhibition matches. You know who I am? Probably, I hope so, if you're here. And with me today, once again on the mic, the ever so lovely Lurkus.
Hello. Now for real.
So, matches tonight will be played in all kinds of order. Usually we try to structure the cards so that the heavy hitters appear towards the end of the show, but lots of top-end people had a desire to play very early matches. So we're popping around. As is apparent, we're gonna be starting today with a pretty decently high tier match, Rygand versus Solid. I think Solid is actually in the lobby already, ready to go.
Yeah, Solid is raring to go. It's great. It's great. Typically, Rygand is our closing act, so having them play early is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm actually hella pumped to watch this, since every time I have seen Solid play, they've been extremely upholding of their nickname. Honestly, I think this guy doesn't get featured enough, considering that they're pretty strong. Now, everyone obviously knows the power of Rygand, easily like top 3 active Strive players in Finland right now, and like I'm pulling that number out of my ass, obviously, but that's basically my perception of things, and I don't think anyone would currently dispute that either, considering the performance that Rygand has been putting on the screen like the past couple of months.
Yeah, Rygand has really shown a lot of potential. You know, every time we see them play, they seem so collected, and especially last week on the set against Yalis, which was incredibly well played on both parts. You can tell that Rygand is a player that puts in the work and you know, does their homework and studies and matchups and all of the interaction and comes in prepared. So I'm excited to see, you know, how the two heavy thing swinging characters match up against one another, because I don't think this is a matchup I've really seen. So I'm just excited.
Yeah, like it's not only the Yalis matchup, but also the Zing matchup. Both of those were like big surprises for me, considering that Rygand has played against Yalis before and has, I think, generally lost the matchup. But now you can really see the fruits of their labor.
Definitely. Sorry. It's great to see a high tier player kind of showing us how this kind of studying can pay off, and especially since Rygand keeps evolving every week that they're here, it's really impressive.
Yeah, certainly. I think kyuukei is also one of the players who is definitely sort of flying under the radar. Like I would say,
local to you as well.
Yes, kyuukei is like Helsinki FGC, and even in Exert they were kind of like that secret weapon who could take down the likes of Mirri, who, like, Mirri was considered probably, I don't know, I think it's safe to say that everybody thought that Mirri was the top 1 player in Finland at the end of the Exert era. But even Mirri had difficulties against kyuukei sometimes.
Yeah,
so
and again, when you have these players, you know, blessed enough to be living within proximity of one another, you can get a lot of growth as a community. Everyone hopefully pulls each other up, and the act of playing together and having a community is so important for the mutual practice and exchanging information and just making cool friendships along the way.
And speaking of community, it's funny, I think Rygand has been sparring against Shady for pretty much every single one of his recent matchups, because I mean Shady plays like tons of different characters, and also on a top level. And it's funny, I feel like Shady's just everybody's sparring partner in every game, because it's also, I've been sparring against Shady in Exert's side when I couldn't fight like any Slayer players, any Johnny players. I would go to Shady. So
I mean, I guess if you have someone who plays that many characters, if you ask in the Discord server or something, like, yo, who has a pocket gold Lewis I can play against in practice, you know, someone like that is bound to say something.
Yeah,
but it's great. It's Shady was actually playing gold Lewis here last time they were on stream. Sorry. It was 2 weeks ago, I want to say, or was it last week?
I forgot, but something very in the past, close nearby past.
Yeah, playing against the Yalis. So I do think it was 2 weeks ago, because last week Yalis was playing against Rygand, and so the week before, it was Shady versus Yalis. So it's going to be interesting. We get a lot of these. It's good to see a lot of these, obviously local to you matches, but players that I don't get to interact with regularly. Seeing them play is always great, especially because, you know, Finland has so many really strong players. It seems it's a very, very powerful community.
Yeah, and I'm always doing my best not to match the Finns against each other, but sometimes like you just have to consider the sort of the skill level of the players and how you can match everybody up with each other. And it seems like Rygand has been playing the Finn mirror here for the third.
And I guess you still have more data on the Finns, obviously, so you'd be able to know more solidly where they stand in relation to one another.
For sure. Although I have to say that the new the new rating system that we have access to through the API has been very helpful in determining like how to match players with each other, like relatively similar skill level. If I'm having difficulties, like sort of like I haven't seen this player play too much, I wonder how strong they are.
Yeah, though I guess it since it only takes matches from the tower, sometimes it can be a bit awkward to see.
Right.
I guess it's the best tool we have, and we have to be very thankful that we have it.
You can of course look at data like how many games they have played, and in the rating they also include the uncertainty factor, which is definitely one thing that you can look at as well.
It's a very, very well thought out system, even if it has a bit of some weird things already. I've had cases where I go check where I'm standing, and I see some matches where I know I had a different record against a person, and it shows that instead of having won 2-1, I apparently lost 0-3, and that's very bizarre.
Sending Rygand an extra ping. See if they're ready to go. I see Rygand still in the Discord channel with Shady. Probably have been sparring up until this moment.
Definitely getting that last minute prep, warming up. So I think we're gonna see Rygand just exploding onto the screen, ready to go, with a full pump from the gym.
All right, Rygand is on the way.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a couple of last-minute changes, which I corrected them in the card. That's good. So we initially had CarrotOfWisdom versus Zokhes for the 4th slot matchup. Zokhes had an unfortunate incident with their hands and was sort of injured, couldn't play today. So all the best to our boy Zokhes, and hope he gets better soon. But
yeah,
on a short notice...
Really unfortunate.
Yeah. On a short notice, we had Elda Potemkin step in as well. Actually, a very, very strong competitor as well. Actually, very good replacement as well. It's funny, like, Elda is still a Potemkin player. Zokhes used to be a Potemkin player, now Leo player. But...
it's a different kind of grappler.
Yeah, it's like Elda is also one of those players who just isn't talked about much. I feel like the whole Finn community is kind of still like a sleeper community in the scale of Europe. We kind of know like where each of us stands, but like a lot of Finns just don't go to weekly tournament events that much, so we don't get put out there in terms of Strive. And a lot of new players coming from other games, they don't really know the history with Exert and stuff like that. They might know who these players are who have been playing Guilty Gear for the past like 5 years, unless you go out there and you know, put yourself out there in the screens of the newer content creators for Guilty Gear and the viewers.
Yeah. And Elda specifically is someone that the last time I saw them play was actually in Strive Cup. They were on the Finnish team, and Elda specifically, you know, gate-kept the Portuguese team from making it through to the final brackets.
Oh yeah, I saw that also. I think I saw the memes, like Finns being the like MVP players for some of the other teams for gatekeeping a little.
And so now I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what Elda can bring to this event. And as well, I noticed we have, for the first time since I've been here, we have a RAM player in the bracket. So that's also exciting because, you know, as much as Ram is considered a very top 5 character by everyone, we haven't really seen her a lot in Bounty Hunt. But now we have the match starting.
Alright, Rygand versus Solid, the two Finnish boys.
And Rygand with that extra bit of preparation. I'm expecting great things. And again, I'm excited to see how this matchup plays out because, again, it's not something I've really gotten to see.
And personally, I'm most excited to see Solid. This is like the make or break moment for me, in terms of forming like a very solid opinion of Solid. Because they haven't been, I think they haven't been matched up against like a super top level player yet, so this will be a very nice sort of trial by fire.
Yeah, and I mean, out of all the kind of initial strong players to put someone against, I mean, Rygand is up there with kind of the greatest challenge you could have. Truly, this will be a gatekeeper's match. And as we see already, Rygand with unrelenting pressure and Solid fighting the gap, getting a trading blow, and now really hitting May with that chip damage.
It was an important 6P earlier for GoldBlues, who has really slow buttons. Like hitting your mark with when you decide to press a button is such an important thing. But Rygand with a big combo here.
Yeah, even if it doesn't look like it on the health bar, you know, that is GoldBlues damage and defense and guts to get through. That's a lot of damage still.
Ooh, Rygand forced to burst here.
Oh, the check with the 5. Yeah, 2P actually.
Yeah, 2P is an interesting button for GoldBlues. It is his 2-frame button. Sorry, 2-frame, 5-frame button. 2-frame would be obnoxious.
Oh my god. But, if GoldBlues had a 2-frame button, I don't know what I'd do.
You want this big body with 2-frame, fastest normal in the history of Guilty Gear. Ooh, nice reversal.
No. Yeah. Those 2 hits do a lot of damage.
Solid at 50, so pretty decent potential for single hit. But the trade.
Those May jumping normals are very dangerous to approach.
Yeah, May, historically very air-oriented character. Not maybe as much in Strive, but still has very strong jump-ins that you gotta be careful of.
I feel like May in Strive is air-oriented in the same way that a cargo container being dropped from an airplane is air-oriented.
I love that analogy. Pretty much. Alright, Rygand scoring a modest combo. I say modest because we could be seeing like 80% combos even on GoldBlues with a little bit of
especially because he's got such a big hitbox. A lot more stray hits can just send you flying if you're not careful. But now look at this pressure. You know, that's the problem with GoldBlues and all those plus frames is, you know, if you mess up on your response ever so slightly, you can be put in this vortex situation, stuck to the corner, and just not be able to. You just won't be able to get out easily.
Interesting how Solid sort of scored that win there. Usually you see one hit leading into big damage, but if you use like certain Behemoth Typhoons, for example, the fast overhead Typhoon that doesn't hit confirm very easily, you can land like a lot of stray hits like Solid just did there and just score small hits, take a little bit at a time and just work through that victory.
Yeah, it puts up a lot of pressure, and you know, for a Gold Lewis player, knowing when to be going for pressure instead of just trying to get your one big combo in that may or may not kill someone is an important decision to make, because it's not always combos that win you the game. Sometimes just playing a little bit more patiently and going for maintaining pressure with plus frames is what you need.
Right, Cholit choosing to burst here with very little amount of health. Oh, risky. The jump D takes it. That's like one of the least seen buttons from Mei. But I've seen Mei players even on the Xrd side, but also on the Strive side using that button more and more for air-to-air exchanges. Ooh, the 6P misses there. Yeah, one of the downsides of Gold Lewis's 6P is that it's very vertical, not so much horizontal at all. So good at defending people coming from above, but not from the front.
And there's Rygand getting himself on the board, taking the first point, matching up to Solid. So
first shots have been fired. It's always the couple of first rounds where the players might have a little bit of shakes, but at this point, where that connect's still nice.
Oh, getting hit by the overhead. That's still a lot of damage and putting Mei into the plus frame situation, but the call out on the grab, and now you're in the corner.
Luckily for Solid, getting the wall break like relatively early there.
Yeah, not taking that much damage is certainly a boon.
Yeah, as long as you sort of have more, or if you can take like a couple of stray hits, you're still in a very decent position with Strive damage.
Speaking of stray hits, catching Solid on the jump there, getting the combo for the round win. And right now you can see, using those, high air mobility from Mei to avoid the drone coming at them.
Yeah, Rygand's game plan against the drone has been pretty phenomenal so far. Yeah, just choosing to back off, spend
using
time.
the jump dust to delay their time in the air. Even still Solid, just being patient, not getting stuffed again by those air normals. Little unfortunate Tiger Knee action.
Yeah, I wonder that's gonna be a miss input from Solid, doing very weird looking TK Behemoth. Those are usually like you just missing the input and getting an accidental jump before your move comes out.
I do wonder though if in this matchup it could not be a miss input,
Yeah, that's always
with
a possibility.
how much Rygand is going into the air, swinging a bit higher up to throw them off could be a genuine strategy.
Yeah, and like depending on the Typhoon that you use. Speaking of Typhoons, yeah, the Typhoons just cover so much space in the air.
Yeah, really challenging Mei's ability to keep airspace, because Mei's typically that character that everyone's afraid to approach when she's in the air. So seeing someone actually try to contest that is very interesting. Oh, that's 6. Maybe reaching. Oh, these trades in the air? Again, it's a 2P trading. Gold Lewis is so big that 2P will serve as an anti-air.
Rygand getting a side switch here. Small combo.
Solid. Oh. Solid getting his burst back. Oh. Fortunately, getting a position in which to burst, because against Mei it's so hard to find those gaps.
I kind of like that, right? I think Solid chose to play that completely burst safe. I think they did have an opportunity to finish Rygand, but this overhead kick should take it.
Very close round, forcing Rygand to be on their toes.
Yeah, after that burst bait, I'm pretty sure that Solid could have finished the round, but chose to play it extremely burst safe, just going for a couple of Behemoth Typhoons from range, which wouldn't have been possible for Rygand to burst at all. I definitely respect decision-making like that. Ooh, again, a good 6B to challenge the Dolphins. Now in the latest patches, a valid option. Didn't used to be so much so, because 6Bs just wouldn't be able to beat those.
And very aggressive play from Rygand here. You know, Solid has been playing this so patiently that I think Rygand's just trying to throw off the rhythm of the game. Get ahead in these rounds, and I think this combo is just gonna take the round, yeah.
Rygand loves that 6k into RC so much when it's applicable, especially as a round-ending gambit. You have like your go-to Hail Marys, maybe 3k RC or 6k RC. Work really well. Hard to convert without meter, but again that TK Typhoon leading into another Typhoon hitting. Ooh,
oh, the drone! Oh!
That was tricky.
Caught Rygand mashing, it looked like.
That was extremely messy. I think Rygand might have been mixed up, like were they able to check or not, and just trying to get a button in there, but Solid had perfect timing on the reset.
I wonder if this is a knowledge from Solid, knowing that the drone is going to force a knockdown and going for a meaty hit. Since that Behemoth Typhoon is a very active move. Is it a Typhoon? The Coffin Slam, I don't think it is. Rygand knowing the gap. Definitely something that they got from the homework.
Alright, picking up speed, as you would imagine. Let's see what the adjustment from Solid is gonna be here. Nice whiff punish on the 5k. I wonder, the 5k definitely has a hitbox that could call out 4k. Or sorry,
5H. Acting as an anti-air, that move causes me nightmares as Eno. Checking both hover dashes and stroke, then seeing Gold Lewis getting hit there, I sympathize. Again, Rygand's defense on point here. Getting through this pressure, finding the gap, and knowing when to go.
Yeah, and now it's tricky because this position against Mei, especially for Gold Lewis, who doesn't have the fastest of buttons, look at that, whiff 6B and immediately whiff punished. Rygand takes advantage of everything.
Especially the Mei's reach is not to be underestimated. Oh, that's 6B.
Wow.
It's such a bizarre 6B, but in some matchups, in specific situations, it's so useful for Gold Lewis.
Yeah, the vertical range, if they're coming from above, it's probably gonna work. Right, conversion.
Oh, nice combo. Rygand doesn't have burst, just has to take it. He's at very low health, but he's going to get a very clean hit here. Able to take Solid over to the corner.
Ooh, the pressure
forcing the burst out. And this is a very advantageous situation for Rygand, even if they lose this round, which it doesn't look like they will. Yeah.
Wow.
What a pickup.
And Rygand was able to get that interruption there between the drone as well. Again, going back to how Rygand's game plan against the drone seems to be like right on point.
Yeah.
It's gotta be one of the things that they were working out with Shady during the sparring phase.
Yeah, you can tell Rygand's going into this confidently, and the confidence is what really makes you win in these matchups against characters that are very scary, where one hit, one mistake can cause you a round or a game. Yeah. Being knowledgeable and keeping yourself on your toes is what gets you the wins.
Yeah, keeping your wits above.
Ouch. That is a lot of pain for Mr. Dickinson.
Oh, a little too early there with the throw.
Yeah, hitting those vulnerability frames, and Rygand being able to throw back.
Keeping your wits about you in a matchup like, well, any matchup that is very momentum based. I think a lot of characters in Strive are kind of momentum based. Ooh, opting to burst there. I thought that Solid had a pickup still.
These trades are definitely being in Rygand's favor right now, but the 6B! 6 being the Dolphin, a meme no more. Even for Gold Lewis, just proves that everyone can do it.
A little bit of a miss there, plus frames, choosing the burst out, but does Solid, yeah, manages to get a little bit of real estate that was very important.
Yeah, getting room to breathe, having right spacing to be able to go for those wide swinging moves to catch me off guard is really important. But unfortunately, this is going to be yet another game for Rygand.
I'm surprised that I would say this, but like, they've been trading hits like fairly equal. I'd say Rygand still has been hitting a little bit more, but like the amount of damage that Rygand is delivering for each hit is pretty much what you would expect from May, but it is a lot. I wouldn't usually expect that against Gold Lewis, who is one of the damage monsters as well. I think Rygand is doing really good job at being in a position where they don't hit, like don't eat the big starters, and like Solid doesn't get a lot of opportunities to go for those like.
May is one of the characters that can actually contest Gold Lewis at the ranges where he's trying to play. You know, that anchor swings very wide and can contest with those BTs and properly whiff punish. And especially, you know, May being the way she is, can probably get very good starters even off of those whiff punishes.
Yeah, Solid has been landing like combos like this just a little bit at a time, but nothing really, you know, rivaling Rygand's big 50% combos.
Though you say that, and Solid just got a very solid round.
Yeah,
keeping up pressure, swinging those plus frames, and Rygand just kind of had to take it.
Yeah, I think Solid really has to.
Unfortunately, missing the meaty there and getting themselves into the corner, but the 6B on the Dolphin.
Yeah, really good RPS for Solid in a lot of those Dolphin RPS situations, but
again, the 2P anti-air. Very confident from Solid as well.
Oh wow!
No. Oh no!
I think Solid might have been predicting a gold burst there, but Rygand being very, very brave.
Now there goes the burst.
Oh, just a
Solid can be even in a solid position, even if this round goes the wrong direction. Which
nice
opting to go for the burst. Yes, and
the
drone catching that slide.
I was so scared.
Also, I do just want to quickly apologize. I have my windows closed, but I do live right next to a hospital. So it's not the police that you hear, it's an ambulance.
That's okay, that's okay. But yeah, fine, my train of thought. What was I saying? Something good about Solid. Because they took the round.
I'm really sorry.
It's okay. Anyway,
I think Solid definitely has their wits about them. I think any sort of execution mistakes might just be from, you know, pressure of playing in such an event. But that said, getting the gold burst on wake up, bit of an execution. I think they wanted to go for the coffin spin, get the cross up going. There it is.
But
Unfortunately, Rygand isn't falling for it.
Where is he? Ooh, finds the big overhead. That should probably be the round, right? No, not quite.
Oh no, but you get the drone Oki.
Very nice response. You know,
sometimes you just gotta bring out the gun.
Yeah, Rygand was looking for the snipe full screen, and other than the minigun, Gold Lewis doesn't really have a lot of tools to fast challenge, you know, summons from May. So I think
was that BT a frame kill? Because we just saw a whiff BT into the 2K Oki. Oh my god!
Wow. That was a lot.
Rygand died from very far.
Yeah, that was a lot of chip damage going in as well. Okay, Solid is waking up slowly, not giving up, giving the chase. Rygand is at 5, Solid at 3, but the momentum has definitely shifted a little.
Yeah,
look, Solid has been landing those hits.
Oh, the gold burst once again from Rygand. Oh no, getting the burst bait.
And here it comes, max damage. Gujira-san!
Oh no.
Oh, that's so nice! I love seeing that, the drift backwards BRC. Reminds me of Exert backdash YRCs. Such a nice whip punish tool.
Coffin into the drone, but unfortunately Rygand able to get a stray hit into the combo that finishes the round.
I wonder what the round start strategy for Solid is. They've been hitting 5k quite a bit, and I think so far I've been getting whiff punished by Rygand every single time.
Wake up grab. And now just the meaty plus frames. Oh, an unfortunate drop it looks like. Because that could have gone really far. If that got to the wall, I think it would have been just a round. Doesn't matter. Solid still has it.
What a trade! It looks so funky as well because it launched Rygand so high up in the air.
Sometimes that just happens when you're playing against Gold Lewis.
Oh, the drone expiring just. Oh wow, that might have been
I'll
a miss
think for the
input.
6B, yeah. Oh yeah, no, it would have been a miss input because depending on how you do your 360 inputs for the super, you will end on a 6B.
Luckily, it didn't end up costing Solid the round. That would have been a sick comeback though if Rygand still managed to pull that off with 0 hit points.
Yeah, I think Solid's just getting now that momentum, and you could tell that they had the knowledge in the first couple matches, but unfortunately some dropped combos was needing a bit more warm-up perhaps, and now the warm-up's here, and really giving Rygand a run for their money, but even still,
Massive starter.
the 5H combo. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of comeback for Solid to do.
Well, that was such a
Drone
brave
protecting
fight,
from the
baby.
combo.
Yo, I kind of respect that. Rygand sort of trading the potential momentum for a little bit of damage, preventing Solid from running in with that 5 heavy, but taking hit of the drone as a result.
Oh, frame trap. Unfortunately, not getting the burst bait.
Oh wow, the beach ball actually snipes the drone. Huh. Good
Did
6
it snipe it? Did it just expire? Because that wasn't a low security level.
Might have been, or maybe the low security level drones
Oh,
just.
the cross up. Not going for any media options.
It's not gonna be a kill, but one hit away potentially. The jump D used as again. Solid just doesn't even flinch there when Rygand is going for the jump D to sort of bait grounded anti-airs.
Rygand gets the burst out of Solid, so even if they lose this round, they're going to be in an advantageous position going into the next one. But yeah, oof.
Finding the
Gold
low.
Lewis damage is not to be messed with.
Again, the 5k. What is it? That's such a big question mark. I want to know what that calls out. Oh, but the big combo once again.
A lot of damage. Then again, you know, Gold Lewis also has a lot of damage. Solid could still. Oh no!
Oh, wow. Tried to go for the Behemoth Express. I think they were trying to get some momentum with that RC, but Rygand's button. What button was that? Far slash? Just completely preventing Solid going airborne there.
Yeah, and that May Anchor really does have rage.
It works on May 2S?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense. Rygand has been sort of opting to go for a far slash round start, or even like delayed far slash instead of the 2S though. Ooh, doesn't get a clean combo out of that bot.
Forcing the burst out of Rygand as well. And now getting themselves in a pressure situation, but turning it around, knowing the gap.
Catches the backdash. This is pretty nice. Rygand still not building meter after the RC.
It's a dangerous game to backdash against Gold Lewis. If you're not far enough, you are just going to get a coffin swung at your face. And a swift round for Solid.
This will have to be straight 3 wins for Solid if he wants to take this one home. Oh, wow, what a hit and still converts, Rygand!
Fortunately for Solid, didn't quite have the meter to go for Yamada, but that is still a lot of damage to be taking. That is not what you want to see.
Oh god,
this time 6B trying to call out a Dolphin, and unfortunately I think that's the round.
But able to build the burst back during that combo.
Point. Yeah. So Solid has a very slight advantage going into this, but you know there is that pressure of this could be the last round they play here. Grabbing Rygand, not going down without a fight, getting the confirm, putting up pressure already.
Hammering away, Rygand is completely out of meter! This is chip territory!
Yeah. That's a very low health Mei, and forcing the burst on the drone.
Yeah, had to go for it. Ooh, almost with punish.
Very little bits of tension that Rygand has are going to go into FD, but Rygand's just putting up pressure now. And
there we
the 2P, once again 2P, MVP button of the set so far.
Yeah, there weren't really any super good options for Rygand there. Left with that 1 hit point, was looking for the big starters, didn't get them. It's okay, still has a 2-game buffer here to hunt for that last win. Oh wow, that time the 6P actually whiffing and Rygand air dashing over. Uh-oh, missing the pressure. Having to spend the burst to maintain the position. Solid going for a burst as well. Alright, able to clear off the pressure. Again, this position. Rygand spending their meter for the RC, not getting much out of it.
The 6B.
Oh, the body's still there. The jump slash preventing Rygand from jumping over the bot.
Unfortunately, unable to get that wall break there, but Rygand is at such low health.
Wow.
Any stray hit will kill. More or less, but it did kill. Yeah, I do want to say, Solid has been really good with the anti-airs. You know, I commented on it earlier, but Mei is a very awkward character as anti-air. A lot of her jumping normals have hitboxes low down, and sometimes you either clash or you just try to get your move ahead, depending on what you're trying to anti-air with. That Solid's kind of presence of mind with getting those good anti-airs has been there.
Oh, Solid didn't quite get that low conversion there. Oh, choosing the burst
Opting
here.
to go for the burst.
That might be good. Let's see.
Will the New York burst pay out?
Oh,
unfortunately not.
Yeah, now going into this potentially last round with no burst available whatsoever. If Rygand manages to get a big starter here, this could be no burst for Solid at all.
But think about the psychological damage that Solid will do if they win this round. Yeah, think about the actual damage that Mei does, though.
Ouch. I think, though, Rygand doesn't care much. Rygand is just that kind of player. Ooh, the whiff punish!
Oh no!
Zero
Solid
life
on 1 health. Mei on a full bar of health with burst and tension going up from that positive bonus. The instant overheads twice and the trades to end the round.
I think Solid was thinking Rygand was gonna go for it again, and I would probably make the same read. I've seen Rygand fish for those last couple of pixels with 6k, but at the end they're choosing to go with a different button instead, and much faster than Skuldluis. But that was a nice run back from Solid.
Yeah, Solid showed the necessary presence of mind, and he really got a very respectable score at the end, and made Rygand sweat for the win.
Yeah, I think this is still like slightly better than what or maybe this kind of sort of aligns what I was expecting. There was like 2 scenarios: either Solid comes out swinging and gets the win, or then it's gonna be like relatively even and Rygand still takes it in my head. But yeah, definitely a showcase that Solid is one of the top players in Finland, a very undervalued player as well.
Yeah, and now we have person from my locals, DioGGu,
Ooh.
Zato player, Kai player, a very, very versatile individual from the Portuguese FGC. Shows a lot of love for many characters. Excited for Testament as well. So, you know, I always like to see their Zato play. A very, very solid, very controlled. A disciple of another legend from our local scene who unfortunately hasn't been on Bounty Hunters. Hopefully yet. Yasuke, who is another very good Zato player here in Strive, so we're gonna see some solid gameplay. And SacretSword, I know their name, I think I've seen them around, but do you know them better than I do?
This will be the first time I ever see them play before, so they are a... Let's see,
I think I've played them in the tower.
Yeah, they are basically I think a UK-based, UK-placed Latvian player.
Oh, interesting.
But this will be like basically the first time I see them on screen.
Hey, solid. I see you in the chat saying you tried. You did really good. I think you shouldn't beat yourself up.
Yeah,
that was a really solid performance.
That was really phenomenal performance.
And yeah, you can see DioGGu with the hype for Testament name. I'm so excited. I'm waking up early tomorrow, leaving the patch downloading, and I'm going to the gym. I'm gonna come back with such a great pump to get into the lab, get practicing.
Yeah, going back to what you said about DioGGu and being a very, like a versatile player, watching their Zato, watching their Kai, I can't really tell which one of those characters is their main, but I gotta say, every time I've seen them play Zato, it's been so sick. Not only is it like a lot of fun to watch Zato, because not a lot of Zato players around, but you know.
And Zato's just an incredibly entertaining character to watch, I find.
Yeah.
You know, seeing, you know, having been in the lab with this character and not being able to do many things with it, it's always amazing for me to see these players that have a lot of control over what is essentially two characters at the same time.
Yeah, being that OG puppet character from ways back, just being able to work your setups in tandem with your puppet looks phenomenal.
Yeah. And as far as I know, I think Kai was actually the main for a while, and Zato was simply a secondary that DioGGu seemed to be preferring as time went on. I myself don't even know, you know, where they stand in terms of what they would consider their main.
That's gonna be a very strong point going into this matchup. Playing against another Kai player, being a former Kai player, or like a Kai player also yourself. You would imagine DioGGu knows this matchup pretty well.
Yeah, and you know, being in the mind of what your opponent might be trying to do is always very good, and I think that's definitely DioGGu's strength as a player, because it's not just Zato and Kai that they've played. They've played a lot of different characters, both in Strive and back in Exerd, so that's that experience is going to show through in how you approach your opponent's game plans.
Ooh, nice respect. Yeah, so far DioGGu hasn't let SacretSword get a lot of stuff started. Ooh, but here's
going for the command grab, getting punished.
I think that might have been a burst bait there for SacretSword. Working towards the corner, big Kai damage coming in.
The classic Kai run-up grab. The Fuder arc on the with plus frames from the shock state, getting the round off of DioGGu.
But this is probably what you can expect. As soon as, you know, SacretSword gets something started, wow! What did they grab?
What a call-out! I think it was just a call-out.
Because like defensive...
Casually flying over to get out of the corner.
Yeah, lands an overhead. Into decent damage.
Sword break to refill the Eddy gauge.
Ooh, very nice. Finds the gap there with Stun Dipper.
Yeah.
One of the fastest moves in the game.
You can tell SacretSword was paying attention to that Eddy gauge, knowing when DioGGu would have to unsummon to get it back. But unfortunately, DioGGu gets back in, forces the burst out.
Ooh, the cross up! The slowdown frames, DioGGu! Amazing play there. It's so cool to see those like BRC slowdown frames giving you custom combos.
Yeah, BRC is that tool where it's very bizarre in a way. It's a low range exert YRC, I think.
Yeah,
I describe it as a balanced YRC, one could say. That it's a very freeform tool, and it puts a lot of player expression on display. Because everyone's gonna use it slightly differently. They're gonna have different ideas of what to do with it.
Yeah, you
Speaking
can use it
of
for,
that, you know,
can use it for mix-ups, can use it for custom combos.
Are we getting kicked out?
Yeah, it might have been a really fast retry. Hopefully after tomorrow, they've been saying that the Testament patch is gonna fix this.
I really hope so, yeah. We have unfortunately been kicked out. Testament's definitely going to save me.
And every single TO out there as well. You know, that's what, like, one of the few things that I've been wanting into this game for so long. Just, you know, if they fix not only like spectators dropping from spectate, but also just overall giving a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Functionality to these Strive cabinets that can be a little hit or miss when they work and when they don't want to work.
Yeah.
Especially in the tower.
And DioGGu has already taken another round off of SacretSword. So... And another already coming?
Oh, full steam ahead.
Yeah, DioGGu is relentless. It is a very difficult thing when a Zato player has you in their sights and has kind of figured you out. It's so difficult to very drastically change your game plan to adapt to what they're doing.
It's really
and that is it. Another 2-0 game from DioGGu.
Right. So considering like what kind of character Kai has been historically, it's interesting to see this like transition in Kai's role here, especially against characters like Zato, whereas Kai is kind of that one chance character. Because when you get in on Zato is very weak on defensive options, obviously. And we saw that one round where SacretSword sort of like got the pressure going, and after that DioGGu just wasn't able to do much and just had to take the relentless pressure and the big damage combos. But to see that Kai is being put in that position where they don't necessarily control the neutral is very bizarre.
Yeah, and when you don't have that as Kai, you have to work so hard. Especially, you know, having to process what's happening to you here. Oh, DioGGu failing to get a better punish on that with DP.
Oh.
SacretSword gets out of the corner, but right back in there.
That was a little unfortunate there. The flip kick didn't connect. Got like first world problem hit. Too much juggle potential, so ended up sort of launching them too high.
These 5Ds from DioGGu are just hitting, just finding their way into the pressure strings. Oh, the blocked DP.
Yeah,
quite a bit of damage. A little bit of ping pong with a frog.
Ooh, it's a meter spent there. Oh, very, very nicely placed 5 heavy.
Oh, going over the stun dipper. Oh, getting grabbed. SacretSword didn't like getting grabbed twice in a row, and now it's DioGGu's turn to deal with pressure. Oh.
That was, like, I want to say a very optimal way for DioGGu to get hit. It kind of looked like for a moment that SacretSword got an extremely optimal hit, but again, DioGGu was already airborne, and SacretSword is not able to confirm comfortably. I think that's one of the most annoying things to play against for me in fighting games, when players are defending themselves so smartly, putting themselves in positions where it's hard for you to sort of convert. In situations like that, it's kind of okay for you to get hit if you know you don't get hit by their biggest combo, or if you get like if they don't get a clean setup as a result. But this should flow into a
RTL,
clean
that's
one.
going to do a lot of damage, but unfortunately not enough to kill. But SacretSword is going to get some good Oki off of it, catching a backdash. Yeah.
Also, howdy gamers from Smoib stream.
Oh, Smoib TV.
Speaking of European heavy hitters.
Gold Lewis. A literal heavy hitter playing Gold Lewis. Another whiff DP, but unfortunately DioGGu unable to get a proper counter hit punish, but will still get damage, a lot of damage.
Oh, that 5B drifting forward, stopping SacretSword from getting anything.
SacretSword is going to start running the oppression game. But
Nice.
unable to be getting in on DioGGu during that shot state, which is a big win condition for Kai.
Ah, they've really committed into that dash throw.
DioGGu has been oof, the burst bait and the Among Us.
Maybe a little hasty there, because SacretSword was sitting on a win and now having to go to the last round without any burst meter whatsoever. But you know, if SacretSword gets out of this sticky situation here and able to flip the positions, this could still be cool. They might not need the burst at all, but generally this is kind of hard to get out of against Zato.
Yeah.
This is where
And
Zato
there's the
basically
command grab,
thrives.
there's going to be another reset. With a full Eddy gauge, you still have a lot of pressure to deal with. And there's a whole combo, and fails the wall break, but still manages to get the round.
Good whiff punish there with 2S on that stun dipper.
And definitely, you know, breaking your opponent's momentum when they're this far ahead is difficult, especially as well for you when you've been hit by those grab callouts and baited bursts. It's very difficult to keep your head cool in a lot of situations. So I just need to see SacretSword here. Solid burst, killing Eddy. Tries to get in while Eddy's still dead, but DioGGu is able to catch a hit.
There is the YRC. The universal mechanics are sort of like the bane of Zato. Burst, the YRC, all of them just clear the puppet and also hit you, unlike the previous games where the puppet just sort of just takes the hit for you instead.
I mean, look, I've been playing Plus R and playing against Dizzy, and I'm going to say, having a little pet that takes hits for you, I'm glad that's not in Strife.
That's the good shit if you're the player with the pet. But if you're
Yeah,
at
definitely.
the receiving end of that stick, that shit's infuriating.
But then again, I played Testament in that game, I don't deserve to complain. Oh, breaking the law! I guess calling something out, but perhaps the burst, but unfortunately that just gets SacretSword out of the corner.
Nice with the conversion.
Patiently baiting approaches by DioGGu. Getting them into the corner in a dangerous position.
Oh, that's enough!
Ooh, that's so much damage. Yeah, what you were saying earlier, Zato does not have a lot of health, a lot of defenses.
Yeah, and I
Get
think
him in a combo.
Zato's also... correct me if I'm wrong, but Zato is also one of those very low guts characters,
Yeah, I
so...
think he has just 0 or 1 guts straight up and a low health pool. So it's definitely a character that puts a lot of emphasis in you just have to play really well and not get in the position where you're getting hit.
Right.
He does have the tools to avoid it, but it's difficult.
Oh,
the baited burst!
Yeah, it's...
Don't break the law because those burst plates are illegal.
You kind of have to play those like something really wonky like those
And
break
the
the laws.
5D hit!
Wow.
What a pickup. Again, going into the set point here.
Yeah, we were talking about the universal mechanics being kind of obnoxious for Zato to deal with, so you do have to bring stuff like the break the law, burst baits, or something similar. Something that's probably not what you would usually go for normally. But it's you kind of have to, because like YRC alone, burst alone will just clear everything from you. And you
Reflected projectile once again.
Another nice stun dipper.
Imagine if reflected Sacred Edge could get some shock state on Kai, make Zato's moves plus on block even more than they might already be.
Wow, the hit confirm out of 2 feet.
Surfing forward, not getting a lot of that out of that hit confirm and losing the round off of it. Hey, Kai will just carry you to the edge if you're not careful. Between Futurark and Stun Dipper, oops.
As well as Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
That shit will break wall from like half screen away. Ooh, nice Abare. And here we go.
I apologize, the Kai players, for my Freudian slip. I can't be unprofessional on commentary.
Oh, this commentary is all about unprofessionalism. Here's a good fit.
Oh, a gold burst! But SacretSword's having none of it.
And even without
into
resources.
the wall, but that's going to break and kill. Set point for DioGGu. Casually flies up.
Oh, getting sandwiched in between. This is a lot of damage. Oh, okay, chooses to reset. Don't hit the button. That's an oppose. Oh, getting hit against the wall break as well.
Getting the tension for the sword super just in time to get Eddie back. A burst bait on no Eddie. And the Among Us super. That does just kill.
Damn.
Finishing
DioGGu
on a perfect.
with a clean sweep 7-0. I think might have been underestimating DioGGu here.
That is some clean control of Zato and Eddie.
Damn. Yeah, what can I say? Just perfect, clean performance from DioGGu. Very methodical, everything is deliberate. When you see DioGGu hit a button, it comes out with a purpose. No sort of unnecessary movement, no unnecessary buttons, just...
Oh yeah, Zato in this game is the all according to Keikaku character of Strive. Translator's note, Keikaku means plan. And next up, we have Tonyidatguy, that guy, versus NKellyy. Faust versus Baiken.
I wonder, have we seen Faust versus Baiken yet? I think not.
I don't think so. Do all of the items count as projectile? Can Baiken parry anything?
As far as I know, going off my gut instinct, most of them should be projectiles, right?
Yeah, I mean, they feel like they would be.
Alright, shooting up DMs for the next stage players. We got Tony in the lobby.
I did actually, a couple of days ago, I was sparring with Tony. And then we ended up going to play Plus R. Unsurprising, Tony plays Robokai in Plus R.
Was it one of those see me in Plus R kind of situations?
I mean, I was just we were just tired and we went to the silly game.
The fun stuff. You're much newer to ACPR, right?
Yeah, I bought ACPR on a whim a few months ago, and I already before that really liked Testament, and then I was told, oh yeah, actually Testament's like top 1, and I've been having a lot of fun. That game's really silly, really funny. I'm really bad, but I have a lot of fun. So
that's very very normal for you to be like extremely bad when you get started with the good old, because I mean there are a lot of a lot of quality of life things missing, let's say that, from the old game, and that's very understandable, but because we are talking about a game that has been out for like more than 10 years,
more than 20 years, because I think original XX is from 2001, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
So that's an old game. We seem to have both of our players ready here. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. I believe Tony can show us what Faust is actually truly capable of. NKellyy here. I think they've been here before. This isn't their first rodeo on Bounty Hunters, is it?
Yeah, certainly not. And NKellyy has the previously been a Soul player, has played many sets on Baiken, and probably looks like they've been set on Baiken. Haven't been looking back ever since.
Strive Rygand is interesting character. I even thought of picking her up as a secondary, but I just didn't personally vibe with it. But no, that's fine. I have a very particular taste in gameplay.
Yeah, I'm really happy that they managed to make like a very balanced version of Baiken. I think a lot of people are happy with this current iteration, whereas, you know, everybody was doomer and really scared of what Baiken might have been in
the
Strive.
round start command grab? Hello?
Straight into the cross-up, wow! We're
and the gold burst? What is going on? I think this is the wild shit we wanted to see as soon as we saw Faust in, but seeing the Baiken also doing crazy things, the cross-up TK Yuzan, that's not TK, but just the cross-up Yuzansen into the super. Faust only having the combo scaling to protect him.
You know, I was thought that Tony would like start this matchup by just going control-ish, but
oh, the jump 2k from Faust. God button. If Faust ever has one. A lot of items in the corner, and the hammer to finish it off!
But of course, so many opportunities to get the hammer, so it's kind of risky there. You don't even have time to see which like items are coming out. And one of those could be
the items that are coming out are exactly the items Faust needs.
Yep, because
otherwise, why would you even spend meter on it?
Like all good Faust players do have the item.txt open, so why would you throw bad items? Wow.
Oh, I got some connection issues. Oh, my spectator view is caught up. And yeah, getting the round end here. Tony taking the first game of the set.
So I guess this is gonna be a dogfight then? You've chosen violence? I thought this was gonna be about neutral control to sort of keep Baiken away, but
I think that gives too much of an advantage to Baiken.
Yeah, it might be. It's just like
will this bomb combo?
Indeed,
that's perfectly timed.
Oh, here come the meteors though, has to respect, yep.
Yeah, Kelly with those wide-reaching normals. Getting a lot of damage on Tony off of not a lot. Oh, the Crow RC.
I feel like the jump slash especially because Faust has a tendency of wanting to be in the air, has a lot of good air options. Jump kyuukei, bomb back throw. So you have this super far-reaching normal in jump slash, which on counter hit will absolutely murder your opponent. But the question is, how does NKellyy manage to time and space those properly? Jump kyuukei from Faust does start up pretty fast. Yeah, look at that. I think that was jump slash versus jump kyuukei and just trading.
Getting out of a potential corner situation with jump kyuukei and making sure that Baiken can't come close.
The no jump slash from Baiken does not really have any disjoint. It just reaches really far. Oh,
whoa! Ooh! The anti-air gun!
A potential bombo. Yo, that's sick!
The parry on mix!
There's a gap here. Let me just yoink you out of that one, sir.
Absolute disrespect for anything you're doing is Baiken's game plan.
Yeah, I mean, considering even though her sort of special defensive options have been sort of tuned or toned down every single game, it's still wow, the active
jumping into the hammer.
They do say that the hammer is the best item that Faust has, and I will believe it.
It's very useful. It controls a lot of space, can extend some of your combos. It does a lot. But even then, Kelly's being smart with her use of that gun super to prevent Tony from going for many items. Oh, the gold burst attempt, respectable, but now at 1 health. Oh, the active frames!
I kind of like that because, you know, Tony had only 1 more hit point left and not a whole lot of meter to spend, so was trying to sort of escape Tatsu out of that bomb. The gun, but man, the explosion radius of Kenju is something else. Wow, the clear.
The gold
precise.
burst. You know, I was saying I was sparring with Tony a couple days ago, and he goes for a lot of item super, a lot of gold bursts into item super. So, you know, truly the chaotic Faust gameplay we all want to see.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good as well. If you're a Faust player who's super good at reacting different situations you get from your items, like look at this. As soon as they throw the 10-ton hammer, just backdashing, not getting hit by it themselves. Oh, I say, and both players get hit.
The missed gold burst? Actually, you know, not actually you, but that is 100 tons. That is going to hurt. It'll make the ground tremble. No wonder people get knocked in the air.
Oh, that's the other option. If jump slash does not do it, this button will. Jump slash doesn't have disjoint, but jump D will.
Faust 6P also putting in a lot of work. That item, that move covers up so much room. So Tony getting grabbed. Kelly going for the OTG hit, not going for any setups.
Cool, cute whiff punish there. Unfortunately, only 5P, so hard to follow up.
Oh no! Oh no! A lot of special moves. Fortunately, Tony got put into that kill range by the chip damage. Oh, it seems that you missed scoring Kelly once.
Yeah, fixed.
There we go. Very good. Thank you, chat, for pointing that out.
Yeah. Calling out the collusion. Oh wow, was that a cross-up? That's so sick. I mean,
one of Faust's items is manipulating the TOs. And a 6H OTG to close the round out. And the game out, in fact.
So before, NKellyy has had some difficulties, you know, getting to that position where you can run the overwhelming RPS of Baiken on Oki. But now it looks like they've actually gotten that a part of their game plan under control. Really sick setups so far. There we go once again. The instant overhead into... Which side is gonna be?
Cross up Yozensen. That's a big combo. With the super to finish it off, that's going to be a lot. It hurts to be Faust right now.
Forcing the 50 meter.
Very fast falls RC off of the pro. On the 6B. Maintaining space.
Into the bomb.
And the trumpet. Family the command grab. Oh, just enough meter to not die there, I feel.
That's sort of a disgusting anti-air option, considering Tony didn't have any hit points left to spare. Just sort of bouncing them at you with massive frame advantage, and then, you know...
And then going for any special move to chip them out.
Yeah. Good 6B.
On a 6B. Wake up command grab. Learned from Tony. Jump dust to break the wall. Rygand still has that big hurt box on the hair.
Oh wow, the jump D barely whiffed there, didn't light up the afro. But now he does. There we go.
IAD. And the perfect.
Yeah, the jump D.
Not often that you see a Faust perfect.
Oh, very respectful there. Maybe waiting for the burst there. Nice 6B once again. Putting the afro on NKellyy.
Oh, baiting them into the hammer?
Hits
These hammers have been so strong.
Line it up.
Setting the... Oh. Solid combo.
Yeah, I mean, even if that's not like a lot of combo damage in Strive standards, seeing Faust do BMB combos like that is very respectable. Who manages to dodge the bomb explosion.
It takes a lot of awareness to do, you know, BMB combos on Faust when you got so much more stuff like they keep track of.
Right, especially since your like better BMB combos are essentially tool assisted. It's like if you don't have a bomb, or if you don't have like horde of mini Fausts or something to assist you, it's like you're not gonna get a whole lot of your bang out of your combos really.
Ooh, the gold burst.
Perfectly timed.
Setting the afro on fire. That's a very respectable amount of damage, but gets hit by the gun super.
That gun super might just be fast enough to, like, if you predict an item throw, you can sort of get the bullet there.
Oh, the air grab?
Oh.
That's that plus R experience, the classic Guilty Gear move. Air grab as an anti-air.
They're still very good, even though they're not 0 frame startup. Yo, landing a reversal parry. Putting that option out there. It's still important to remind your opponent that, like, I have this option, you gotta respect it, even if you're not representing it all the time. Oh wow, still got hit by the ball.
Tony still managed to get out of that, managed to get out of their own bomb.
Speaking of clean throws, and sees the OTG opportunity, 6 heavy wham bam, and Kelly gets the round.
Sometimes that's just all you need.
Right, attach the wire. Yo.
Cross up once again, but gets grabbed afterwards. Oh, the command grab.
Into bomb?
Combo into the bomb.
Into, was that a afro explosion as well there? There was an extra one at the end.
Not really sure.
Tony.
The Rygand doesn't have the afro, so that must have been it.
Oh, barely almost a 6B.
Oh no!
First used. It's gonna be the gun, right? He's thinking about it.
Oh no,
goes in
just a
instead.
grab!
That's the beauty of it, because in that same situation, NKellyy has always finished the round so far with gun, but now instead probably putting that expectation out there and then just full screen dash and grab them. That's the RPS.
Oh, going back for the trumpets. Oh, the mini Faust and the Horde, and now there's a horde on the other side.
Nice, avoiding the bag, avoiding the plus frames.
Knows Kelly is aware of that gap, so RC to get a different pressure string is very smart on Tony's part. Unfortunately, gets his burst baited. Kelly messes up going for the cross-up, but still gets the hit in.
Nice and
Super's
simple
gonna
finish.
get the round.
Yeah, this version of NKellyy we've seen today is definitely the best so far. Yo, look at that
The
anime
run-up
dash.
grab.
Oh, that was actually
Gets
nice
grabbed
timing.
back. How was Faust digesting that rope?
Listen, if he can eat full human beings, a rope should be perfectly fine. Right, perfectly timed gold burst. And now NKellyy has so much juice to play with. Yo, that was a nice challenge there on the cross hub. Small hit into
the bag head into command grab. Now you got an afro. How are you gonna deal with it? Apparently just hitting the Faust. And
I mean,
going for the grab.
That works. Putting them in a defensive position, you don't have to worry about wearing the thing that makes your hurt box massive.
They played a little bit of leapfrog, but NKellyy is able to close out the game, going into up to 4 points.
Oh, the instant overhead. Yeah, as soon as you're wearing that afro, that jump D becomes an
That
instant
is a
overhead.
very respectable amount of damage for a Faust combo.
Extremely. That was almost 50%. Imagine Faust with damage. That would make this character like top tier, right?
Probably. I mean, I think a lot of what Faust has that hurts him as well is the bit of a lack of defensive options. You know, sometimes you just kind of gotta take it. You don't have good reversal options unless you have 100 meter, and you know, sometimes it's just not a viable way. It doesn't put you in a position to actually win. And
Damn,
unfortunately, those fireworks go really far.
I think that was not a punish, but I think Tony was probably trying to escape the explosion radius once again and got caught. Oh yeah, there we go. The parry is still an
into
option.
the wall. And now you have to deal with corner pressure.
Another one?
Instant overhead twice.
So I forgot the normal hit TK Yosensen without meter burn doesn't lead into a combo, right?
It leads into very little. I mean, we saw them go for a I think that was a close slash afterwards. But other than that, I don't think you can get a proper full combo off of it. But I mean, if you just hit 2 of them, that's still a very respectable amount of damage, especially damage to the wall.
Yeah, and NKellyy doubled it up and actually got a counter hit there on the ladder one and got around with that. Again,
Yeah, throwing one item too many.
and Kelly's just so prepared for this. Like, I think at this point, Tony.
Crow and tech. That's the round for Kelly already.
Tony has to, at this point, be very hesitant throwing items whenever they see NKellyy with 50 meter on full screen. That's so weird, though. You're not expecting somebody to be just straight out contest you out of that item throw.
Not a lot of characters have an option that's viable from range to do that, you know? A lot of the times the basis is if you're just far, you just throw those items out.
Like this time, the
Oh,
jump
but
2K.
this time, yeah, Tony having the spacing to be able to jump 2K.
Oh, nice read. NKellyy was attempting the parry there, but Tony playing the right option. Throw, into throw.
Another one. Another one. Learning from Tony.
Oh, baby, a triple.
I think he would have kept going.
I would keep going. It is like, sir, defend yourself. Show me the option. And then we can talk. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can crawl under that kabari.
Crawl? Yeah, crawl on the Kabari. That's surprising. A lot of risk here on Tony's part. So, oh, a metered combo from NKellyy at this point is going to do a lot. And speaking of meter, yeah, that's
again, yeah, that's a punish. It's like,
Oh.
don't throw that item.
And Kelly still has Bara, so, and positive bonus, so
Yeah,
again,
look at this, again.
there it is. But this time, Tony's able to space him out to just keep throwing items.
Yeah, you would imagine it's still
Kelly
like
gets the trumpet. All the mini Fausts from downtown getting hit by the horde of other mini Fausts.
Oh, Cole Michael Ray, that was sick. And Kelly forgot. They were so committed on that combo. Now round start. Sanzu. It actually hits.
no.
And finishes. Yo, and Kelly bets the farm out of that wall break position.
Oh. It's so scary because even when you go back to neutral, when you don't get your super wall break, you'll be inclined to be more aggressive. You know, you're always going to be. I am in the advantageous position going into this because I'm the one who broke the wall. But that is not the truth. You are put back into neutral. It's like a whole new round start.
Mm-hmm. That was also
And,
cute. I think NKellyy just ran under Tony's 5k.
Oof, once again, gun super on the item. Then the Tatami, finishing the round off quickly. Set point for NKellyy.
At this point, that gun super has been like 1/3 of every single round's life from Tony. I would say that's been like one of the MVPs why NKellyy has been taking these rounds so convincingly. It's like, how can a zebra not have stripes, right? How can you as a Faust player not throw items when you have an opportunity? I wonder if that actually makes this matchup like very tough to play for Faust. Jump slash, gets there in time. And NKellyy.
Oh, this might be the round. Yeah, with the meter. Drops it.
Tony's gonna get their burst
Tony.
back, but it's gonna be so hard to use.
Tony given a grace from the gods.
Oh!
And the Kabari will finish it off.
Snipe! Baiken, the character you would not expect to have so much range, but she do. That Kabari from half screen, actually a very decent random poke. Gets the round, gets NKellyy the win, and man, I gotta say, this is the best I've seen NKellyy perform on Baiken so far.
Yeah, and especially those callouts with the gun super, just continuing to do the same thing, just saying, hey, if you're gonna keep throwing items, I'm just going to keep punishing you. Yeah.
Because like Faust in this game is, I think, revolves very much around items, or your neutral sort of revolves around items much more than maybe previously. If you don't get that initial item off, if when they have the 50 meter you just can't hit the item special, that will change the sort of the dynamic of the matchup so much.
Yeah. And now in between the next match, I'm going to help myself to some water because we're talking a lot. my throat needs a little bit of tender love and care. So I'll be a second.
That's fair, that's fair. Alright, next up, CarrotOfWisdom versus Elda. Now, like we mentioned at the start, so initially this matchup was supposed to be CarrotOfWisdom Millia versus Zokis Leo, but because Zokis had a little bit of an injury, we've switched it up a little to Elda Potemkin instead. And I'm gonna say, if CarrotOfWisdom was hoping for a ride for their money, they will surely not be disappointed, because Elda is one beast of a player. I would say Elda is really that sort of very calculative, patient, analytical beast. Just has a plan, goes into the matchup, does what they've been planning to do, and just executes it perfectly. And if you haven't got the answer yourself, you're just gonna get picked apart slowly and surely.
Yeah, and this matchup is actually interesting. I have two friends, one who used to play Milia, one who plays Potemkin, and this has always been a matchup that for the Milia player seems to be a big struggle. You need to win a lot of interactions, and Potemkin just is a lot more privileged in that regard. So I'm excited to see. Obviously these two players are both very high level, especially Carrot. I always love to see them play, so I'm excited to see what goes on.
Yeah, in terms of like rare sort of, I mean, Carrot is definitely getting more exposure. They are part of that group who just keeps grinding forward, just plays a shit ton of games, participates in a lot of events, and just play a lot of the game and get better that way. Whereas Elda is, I think Elda's more like, maybe concentrates a little bit more on the theoretical side of things. Still plays a lot as well. I wonder how much Elda has been played recently, though. It was that one like moment of time where we suddenly saw Elda jump in with like in-game level of couple of thousand, which was like surprising to me. I was like, "Whoa, this guy has actually been grinding it out."
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Obviously, it doesn't mean that much, the character level, but it gives you a nice ballpark of how much the two players each have been playing, and it takes a few hundreds of hours to get those levels, especially when you're in the multiple thousands.
Yeah, and like realistically, you still need to put in the hours to, be able to have the experience.
Yeah, exactly. And hours in Celestial, where, as varying as the match quality there is, there's still quite a lot of good players, and you can get some practice in. Also, I want to say, before we go in, I went to go get water, and I recommend people watching do as well. Take care of yourselves. Keep hydrated. It's good. It's good for you.
Yeah, especially water. Don't drink other stuff.
I love water.
Shout out to water. Water is the best thing.
Actually OP.
You shouldn't be drinking anything else. Except tea.
Yeah, I mean, Gamma, I do agree with you. But there is a level of... It's difficult to get those quality matches in every time with skill appropriate opponents, that having a place where you can kind of get the mess of players and usually find way better players than you is also very good.
And it's also, you kind of have to make do with what you have. I do agree that if we had like maybe a different kind of ranked system, I would prefer that, but like this is currently what we have, so it might be prudent to utilize it. No matter how much you hate going in the Celestial and fight with the broken cabinets and what have you, it's still like pretty much 50% of the experience, unless you sort of go on Discord and sign up for a game with somebody.
All right, these two players are gonna get in. Carrot with that red aura, that's someone who's been playing a lot.
one downside maybe here for Elda going into this matchup. This was on an extremely short notice, so Elda might have not been able to make the best out of their, you know, their trademark preparing for the matchup necessarily, unless they've already cracked this matchup in the past. I'm not sure. I guess we're going to see it here just in a second.
Elda rocks the pink Potemkin. That's good. I just want us to throw that out. Pink Potemkin is the best one. All the pink colors in this game are really good. But yeah.
Right, CarrotOfWisdom, one of the strongest, if not the strongest melee in Europe. Versus our Finnish
there
boy,
we go.
Elda.
Getting that first interaction in, but that still deals so little damage here. With, you know, getting two interactions in, that much damage on a wall break is not that much, all things considered. Mega fist backward.
Ooh, baits the wire, see!
Oh,
Very conscious of the opponent's resources. Dude, that's a kill! What?
See, this is what I mean. You know, that is demoralizing.
I mean, you know how it's gonna be when it's Potemkin versus a pixie character, but goddamn, it still surprises you every single time.
The effort that the melee player has to put in this matchup cannot be understated or overstated. English isn't my first language.
Same. Too much brain power, but I know what you
There's
mean.
the Garuda, but still, Carrot escapes. But still, another Garuda. Oh.
If you think about Garuda on block, every single one of those is a potential checkmate.
Oh yeah. But Carrot still keeping calm and making sure to just, you know, the hacking away at the match. Trading with Mega Fist, apologies.
And now Elda can actually be a little more liberal, because one hit away from finishing this round.
Even then, you know, both of these players are one interaction away from winning. And oh no. Not able to get a proper mix-up setup going.
Ooh, that 5B wasn't quite enough, but Elda still getting the first game. Damn, yeah, we came here to play. I wonder, like, if I had to put money on one of these guys, I really don't know who I would go all in on, to be honest.
You should support your local players.
I mean,
Speaking of,
certainly.
where is Carrot from? Because I'm not entirely sure. I
Turkey.
don't remember.
All right, gets the punish, and here we go, where the blender starts.
But there we go. That's the Milia special.
Oh wow, I thought for sure
Mix-ups.
that was gonna cross, but no, it was still from the front.
Opting to not get the wall break, you know, since you can get the slump back. But unfortunately, getting hit. Thankfully, not taking that big of a combo.
Plus frames.
Forcing Elda to be blocking. And has a bar to spare, which is going to be used here to set up this low combo.
Wow, that was
Just enough not to kill.
such a long combo, but it just does no damage in Potemkin.
Yeah, and that's the struggle with Milia, is you have to put in a lot of effort to take these rounds, but you know, Carrot does it. Carrot takes the round. Just a grab, and that's like 20% of Carrot's life.
Good backdash out of that potential death situation. Again, holding my breath every single time you see that Garuda come out. Wrong
And
guess.
there it is. Oh, meaty Garuda.
Oh,
And the Potemkin
Is that
Buster
game?
with a bar to spare.
I think that's a game.
Does it break the wall even? Yes, it does. Oh
Yeah.
no.
The funky thing about that heat knuckle is that it sort of breaks the wall from very extended distance as well. Alright, Elda fishing. And being able to trade with Milia is such a such a nice prospect for Potemkin as well. Like one hit from Millia is not gonna deal much.
Going into the corner, you're gonna get mixed. And the winger super setting up for that advantageous Oki on the reset. Elda does have meter, so Carrot has to be very conscious about approaching in the air.
Ooh, nice! Aims the slight
We're
head.
approaching at all, it seems. Oh?
Opting to keep the 50%. Oh, just
no.
running into the far slash. Oh, let's go!
Oh.
No! Doesn't quite get it.
And the cross-up does get the kill, though.
Yeah, that was the second best option that CarrotOfWisdom could have done. Drop the combo, but immediate flow into the reset and the cross-up. A mark of an experienced player, making the best out of the worst situation. I'm not sure if there was actually a clean combo to be had there after the... what's the super called? Septum Whispers or something?
You can't get any cleaner than the combo that kills.
Right.
Oh no, that Whiff Gold burst is going to cost dearly. You know, that's a very important lifeline for Millia. And not having that right away is... Oh.
Ooh, well, that was a little cheeky there. That button from Carrot was already online.
Yeah, those active frames from the 6B really coming through.
Instant overhead.
Instant overhead. Does get a big pickup of it. It crosses up twice. You know, the control on Carrot, you know, when you played this many hours of a character that has this potential for movement, it really shows.
Yeah. And I mean, in this matchup, you have to make use of that movement, because that's one of the primary features with which Millia will overcome the risk-reward discrepancy in this matchup.
Yeah. And the biggest problem situation for this matchup is what just happened. Like, Millia can get really good air combos and things that will break the wall very easily, but you don't really want to be breaking the wall, because what just happened will happen, and that's nearly a kill.
Oh, barely alive. That would have been 2-touch.
Like, Millia's win condition is off of those advantageous Oki-Senbei situations, and breaking the wall and going back to neutral is just not what you want to have.
Yeah. But like, this version of Millia kind of sometimes has to, because of how the wall works, as well as how you can't necessarily flow into the perfect next mix-up, disc mix-up after a disc mix-up.
Carrot getting the burst.
Oh wow, that disc didn't hit.
Oof.
Nice whiff punish. Yeah, I think that's what
getting,
Carrot actually
getting the
needs.
hit pickup?
Because Elda is
just working away at Elda's life bar.
Is it gonna be?
Yeah, just vortexing, avoiding the pot buster, being aware of the gaps in their own pressure.
Oh wow.
The
Carrot
patience.
not flinching.
Yeah, there's a whole fighting game happening inside of these two players' heads that we're not getting to see properly.
Yeah, it's whoa! From so high away. RC into a kill.
Whoa.
Damn.
What an explosive matchup.
So what I'm seeing from Elda at the moment is a lot of swinging those heavies, those far slashes at full screen. I think that last round, CarrotOfWisdom finally had some success in whiff punishing Elda, but a lot of those slow recovering moves have gone not whiff punished.
Oh, the burst bait?
Beautiful.
And yeah, you get such a long combo, and then you look at Potemkin's health bar and it's still so high up. And even now, you know, Carrot has gotten all of this damage off of getting 3 successful starters on whiffs, which is really good. It's great awareness, but it's still so much effort compared to, you know, how Potemkin has gotten 90% of Carrot's health in a singular combo.
Yeah, and
but
still, even with like
getting
full
the perfect.
With full health bar, you still have to be careful that Potemkin doesn't get a reversal.
Oh no! Garud is ridiculously safe.
Right, nice jump.
But the whiff buster, while trying to backdash the disc, not always an option. You need to be very conscious of where you are in relation to the Millia. Now Winger super.
Let's catch there on the back
But
dash.
this is the situation where you want to break the wall, is you get that good Oki.
And
Even
unfortunately,
still, yeah, no, I was about to say, Carrot has to be so careful, even with such a health advantage, because it can end so fast.
that was really unfortunate because Carrot wasn't able to get the 50 meter that they were hoping to extend their pressure with that, you know, positive bonus. They had to wait a little bit more, and that's when Elda was striking.
Those meaty Garudas.
Next hit, what's it gonna be? Good respect.
Potemkin's jumping slash really does look small after I've come back from plus R. That move is enormous in that game.
Ooh, it was an amazing jump slash.
And now, Carrot getting in that good position, but has a lot of health deficit to work through, but still will do their best for it, opting to just break the wall, go back to neutral, but
Oh!
the blue RC.
You see the slow inching forward of the, I think that was a Kara back Mega Fist, was it? And it just stayed active for so long. It's
That
hard,
is very unfortunate.
so hard to find a suitable anti-air against that. And Elda grabbing another one. 3, 2, 1.
I think grabbing really is the appropriate term.
Indeed.
But yeah, no, that's the unfortunate reality of the matchup is Lilia has so much to work through, and oh, the double back on the cross up, getting the grab,
Nice empty low.
getting the
Into.
OTG hits,
I like the second
one,
picks up that.
and one Mega Fist. Oh, manages to jump out.
Ooh, that's actually a punish, really. Potemkin 2D fast enough.
Fast enough, and it reaches deceptively far.
That's ridiculous. Wait, does that mean? All right, that time they weren't able to reach there.
I
Wait,
think
that
it is
can't
just
be.
a matter of spacing.
I think CarrotOfWisdom must have hit a button afterward.
Oh.
That's not. That can't be a punish to Lost Shaker. Ooh, interesting round start. 6 heavy. Skipping a hop. Wow, what an interruption.
Oh, and getting a little hit, unfortunately not getting a full combo off of it, but again, it's about getting all of these individual interactions won,
The multi-hit.
working through the slide head armor,
Ooh, was a little too cheeky there.
baiting the burst, yeah.
Very good position for CarrotOfWisdom. There we go.
And the fastest finish it off, yeah. Not giving Elda the option to burst away because, once again, you just don't want to lose your advantage.
And in that sense, that S-Disc poke there was the perfect tool. That's like one of your furthest reaching pokes as Milia. The only downside is that it is kind of unsafe-ish if it doesn't hit or if you don't sink meter into it. Ooh, that's a very nice response to forward Mega Fist. Normal neutral jump, make it whiff, punish on the way down. Oh my god, that close slash actually hit as an anti-air. Can't blame CarrotOfWisdom for bursting.
And the 6P Prey Hands emoji into the extender.
Good whiff punish attempt.
Actually,
Doesn't get there in
yeah.
time though. RC, you know what's
As
coming.
long as you don't get punished back, that's what you want. That Mega Fist, unfortunately hitting, but Elda can't get much off of it. And now it's trying to abuse plus frames and winning some interactions for Carrots, because this is an unfortunate situation to find themselves in.
Oh. It's so tricky against Elda because like half the time he's just chilling in there waiting for you to make a move, and then he just suddenly busts out a like half screen poke like 2D.
Punishing the Garuda. You know, not a lot of characters can get good punishes off of Garuda, but Milia has a really good air mobility to do it.
Right,
Another
nice.
winger super.
Lots of meter here for Elda, and CarrotOfWisdom just starting to build, so no access to RC just yet.
But we'll also have burst soon. But that's potentially something you're just wanting to keep for the next round if you get this win, and it seems like Carrot can get the win.
Oh wow, is it if... It kind of looked like it was a punish this time, so maybe if the Last Shaker like hits awkwardly, like on combos in the middle, maybe you can then get a punish with 2D.
So it might be FD punish?
Maybe.
Ooh, the cross up.
Nice wave punish there with the S-Disc. Oh my
the
goodness.
Carrot Buster. There goes half your health.
And half goes here if you don't burst. There we go. Carrot recognizing. But the
And
6
the 6B!
Yo, don't tell me that's a kill. Okay, it's not.
It's not, but it's so close, and Carrot is just in the most precarious of situations, with a burst as well to work through. Thankfully, they have a lot of meter. Get the 6B into super.
Clean 6B against Far Slash going
Now,
under.
The Haircar RC to go fast. Respecting the burst. And getting the hit and the kill.
Yeah, I was like, Elda was holding onto that burst, but they didn't have a clean burst position anymore, considering how little life they had. And I know Elda tends to sort of be capable of holding that burst until the end as an RPS option. It can be very dangerous, but...
From Carrot.
Cross up. And we're side front. Catching the backdash, but not converting, unfortunately. Again, the 6Ps have been starting to come out from Carrot more frequently. And with good reason, because Elda has been swinging around that Far Slash quite a bit.
Oh. That was potentially a lot of damage there. It looked like a drop from Elda. I think the expression on Milia's guard break really shows how dangerous the situation she's in is.
Ooh, swag. Goes to the cross up. Finds the low once again. How many touches is this? 3, 4 already? And we still need so many.
Yeah, this super is gonna go a long way, but it's still... This last bit is typically the hardest, especially the potential for a burst that doesn't come out. Not a perfect from Carrot. Showing the control, going ahead in the scoreboard, in fact.
Yeah, for the first time. Elda taking the burst into the grave for the second time in a row. The 6K doesn't quite reach. Ooh, tried to go for a very late air throw there. Oh, another
6B?
Wow. That 6B has been
6B
the
is
MVP.
very nice.
Yeah. Been the MVP of the matchup so far, I want to say. Or the MVP
Both of these
adjustment.
players have used their 6B quite a bit.
Yeah. It's funny, like 6B isn't just for anti-airs, it is a very, very potent footsie button as well.
Oh, the double TK Bad Moon.
That was really tricky as well, because that was not your usual Bad Moon setup on the first one. That was like very close to the ground. And then
60
canceling.
once again off of Elda.
Small pokes, seeing what CarrotOfWisdom is willing to do.
Getting meter now. Using the meter to correct the whiff. That's all you need. That's going to be the round.
Ow. I mean, taking a perfect from Potemkin is definitely not... You shouldn't be ashamed of that, because that stuff happens all the time.
Yeah,
Sometimes
especially as Milia.
Yeah.
You know, as Milia perfecting Potemkin, that's big. But unfortunately, the other way around is just the nature of life sometimes. Yeah. Oh, the backwards Mega Fist.
Ooh, that could be the round!
Getting a lot. Ooh.
Doesn't
Very
even need
good.
the wall stick!
Elda's spacing on these Mega Fists, both back Kara and forward have been very good.
Yeah, we've all fought that Potemkin player who just maybe blindly Mega Fists in, but these are not blind Mega Fists. These are like premeditated, perfect precision presses that Elda is using to call out Carrot's options. Oh, this time the armor works out. Jump slash hits, and here we mix, pushing Elda towards the corner, and Elda doesn't give a damn!
Oh, there's so much damage, and still is going to get corner pressure. No, just a full corner combo.
Buster and an RC, 80%! That's disgusting! Now CarrotOfWisdom has to hold onto their remaining life for dear life.
Unfortunately, he has to go back to neutral. Oh, that wing will reach far, but the armor frame.
Ow.
Oh, pain.
And the momentum is looking to shift once again. Elda, oh my god, leaping out of that disc setup.
Oh, the cross up in the corner. Forcing the burst. And now is going to advance with plus frames, but Elda just walking back, just saying, you can have the space, you know.
Oh, there we go, finds a way in. And the wall break.
Go.
Is that enough?
Does this enough? Oh,
No, less it.
Millie does so many hits. It's her combo scales so much on Potemkin. Guts range, that is unfortunate, but still, that is another perfect from Carrot. That is the third one we've seen. So, you know, definitely the sign of a very experienced player on Milia, because that is no easy feat.
Wow, they're just whipping. Oh, finally gets the air throw. That's the third time. It's been a long time coming. Elda finally finding the arc. 2K tick into the...
Milia unfortunately doesn't get very real setups off of this. Manages to block the hammer fall now.
Oh, the frame trap, leading into pretty okay Milia damage. But forced to take this one.
That's really solid damage for Milia. And now getting the positive bonus, going to hang back, wait for the meter to come in, and then
That was an amazing cancel from Carrot. And finds the hit. Yeah. I'm not even sure if that was the jump slash or the rose from Capel that got the hit there, but
I think it was the jump slash, because the Potemkin did and get thrown backward after, so it would make sense that it was the little wing getting a hit. That move has a lot of range, and it has been Carrot's best friend at keeping Elda at bay.
yeah, it's pretty much like many Milia players' best friend. Yeah, look at that, such a far-reaching tool, and on counter
Getting
hit,
such a nice starter off of it.
yeah.
Backwards Mega Fist.
Oh,
Elda, really well-timed backdash into the heavenly.
How much is it gonna be?
I think that's just a gone Milia.
Oh my god! That was... Whoa!
You know, Will It Kill was just 2 days ago, but I think that is a pretty good clip.
Jesus! Wow, 2D as an anti-air. Elda going...
No, I think that was my fault. The fact that I said that's a dead Milia made that Tomo not kill, so I'm sorry, Elda.
Yeah, it's a Schrödinger skill. At the same time, it is a kill, and it's not a kill. And then
Only
when
kills
you
when
say,
the casters stay quiet.
yeah.
Oh, making the grab whiff. Getting a nice pickup off of it. Will break the wall. Very respectable damage.
The fucked up thing here is that Elda can still be very brave with this amount of hit point and sitting on a lead as well.
Well, maybe in the next round. Because Carrot got that cancel off of the grab. Now, Carrot nearly with the burst back.
Almost full risk as well. That was just a couple of heavies from Elda.
Oh, the TK Bad Moon and instant overhead. Respecting the burst.
Yeah,
Elda just holding on to it.
But that's not a clean... Oh, well played there on the RPS.
And the gold burst? What will Elda do with all this meter? Will Elda have a chance to do anything with all this meter is the question. Carrot's just barely not having enough meter to get the RC, but doesn't need it. Will just kill with the disc super.
Very nice flash conversion. Yeah, that must have been a very stressful situation to play as well for Carrot. Like that 100 meter on Elda, any hit, he did have a burst there, but I mean, it is still super scary. A little bit of RPS there. Every jump in is sort of like a, are you gonna 6P? Or am I gonna call your 6P out with jump D? With the armor, doing work once again, swift positions.
Is that a cross-up? Oh, the air grab. And now the meaty Garudas are gonna come out.
You're dead.
Into the Potemkin Buster. Yep.
That's so scary when you manage to land like one of those Garudas from like completely point blank range. That means you can actually, like if the Garuda was meaty, you can go for an airtight Garuda if you want.
And Elda, you know, giving you the demonstration. Oh,
it's
getting the fifth round here. Still, Carrot is on set points, and Elda is fast approaching. So still playing from behind, but not out of this.
Oh wow,
This
missing
time
that air throw.
Punishing the air throw, yeah.
That's surprising. That looked like Elda was actually inside Carrot there and still didn't get the throw out.
It seems like Carrot just made it past. They said, excuse me, I'm going to use a third dimension for a bit. Went from behind.
Finds the hit.
Finding a hit, yeah.
It needs to find a couple of more.
Oh,
Overhead.
Another
overhead.
Bad Moon. Into the grab. Didn't have the meter to cancel it.
Oh, DG!
Oh.
That was kind of cute.
What a pickup, yeah.
And now potentially one. CarrotOfWisdom has been here before. One of the most experienced Melia players out there.
Yeah, you've gotten this far. Surely you can get the last round. Taking a lot of chip from those Garudas. Getting the burst out of Elda. Oh, is that death?
That looks like death to me.
That is death. Oh no. Elda given another chance. If they take this round, we have a final set point for both players on our hands. Melia pressure? The
Ooh.
grab?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Corner?
You are very much in the corner. Mega Fist over the disc.
Oh no.
And the Potemkin Buster. And the meter to finish it off.
Yeah, this is burst safe. There was
Yeah,
nothing.
no, you've been grabbed. You don't get the burst.
Very nice
just-
decision making there from Elda. Choosing to
That's
get
just
the
how
last hit.
tight.
Yeah. Opting to go for the starter that actually doesn't give Carrot any chance to get a burst out anymore, and here we are. 6-6. Would you have predicted this considering the level of player that CarrotOfWisdom is, that Elda was gonna make it this even?
I don't even know. It's kind of hard to predict because it's such an explosive matchup. Obviously, you know, we've seen some nasty combos out of Elda, and knowing how the matchup is and how it started, seeing Carrot go this far is surprising in itself. But you know, maybe I shouldn't be surprised. maybe I shouldn't be surprised because, you know, Carrot is such a good player. Elda is such a good player. You know, as much as Potemkin is considered a very simple character, there's a lot of still execution to be had. The consistency on the Kara Garudas, Mega Fist, Potemkin Busters.
That was big getting out of the Garuda pressure, but now
No,
one hit.
Carrot is giving themselves a lifeline here, getting the knockdown, able to go for the Vortex, getting the hit, just barely not able to kill, avoiding the Mega Fist. What a 6 speed!
Decisive Elda! The choice to not burst there! The hard combo, the hard burst bait from CarrotOfWisdom does not pay off. Drops the combo and Elda comes back, and now it's Elda who's on the set point first.
But Carrot's already putting up pressure, not letting this get to their head, gets the burst out of Elda. Waiting a slide ahead, but just respecting the fact that you can get 6 speed here.
Wow, look at the pace of this set. This
Once again, those 6 speeds from Elda just hitting at the air. But now you're in the corner. Amelia gets to run her game. The Bad Moon confirm.
Yeah, but this is not gonna do too much damage, and that was 50 meter and back to neutral.
But if Carrot just plays this a bit slower, they would get a lot of meter. Now both players have meter to play with. Elda potentially one hit away from winning the set.
No RC to finish the round here. Live or die, Carrot.
And Carrot will take
nice.
this to a last Luigi.
Elda with a little bit of an advantage, has burst ready to go. I think the biggest advantage for having the burst for Elda is just having the burst, because CarrotOfWisdom has been dropping a lot of combos because of that recently.
Yeah, and the unfortunate part is that, depending on how many hits Elda is able to land, you do a lot of damage per hit. Amelia here might not get the burst back. The Gigantor for the first time in the set, the 5D, not charged up enough to throw out.
Interesting, I wonder if the non-charged 5D was supposed to combo into the last hit of the Gigantor and get a combo that way.
Maybe, but now we have Carrot here, putting a lot of pressure in the corner, using meter to keep it up, finding a hit, running it back, breaking the wall.
This will not kill, but will go into hard knockdown.
Yeah, especially because it didn't get all of the hits in. But
the hit. Doubles it up!
One more? Come on, you just need one more, and Carrot gets it.
With a very, very simple frame
on
trap.
The final round.
Yeah. Oh my
I don't think it
goodness.
was... that was a lot of effort put into winning that.
I think that was a pretty cool, it was not the most fancy finish to the set, but this set was just about a lot of fundamentals, so it's kind of cool to see that it's just, your basic frame trap into 5 heavy, and the opponent guesses wrong. Man, that was a good ass set. And
that was such a cool set. Honestly, it's always good to see Amelia, the unfavored character here, not only putting up a really good fight in the hands of Carrot, but actually winning the set. That's really good, I think Elda was definitely favored, especially after such a strong start. And, Elda still played really well, but Carrot was able to get that one extra interaction one.
One of the reasons why I love featuring Elda so much is that I've never seen Elda not deliver a very exciting match. Ever. It's always down to the wire, or even if it's like one-sided, there's a lot of very delicate tech, and I just personally, even if I don't play Potemkin or whatever character that Elda is playing against, I just learn a lot by just watching Elda's matches.
And Carrot saying that's the best for the 7 they've already had, and hosting it. Rating the channel and then hosting.
Yeah, thank you for playing.
Thank you very much. breaking us the 200 viewer mark.
Oh wow. Never had that many viewers before.
And people were very excited. That was such a good set. I think it is very deserving of the new highest viewer mark.
All right, what do we got next? Where do we go from here? Jumping around the skill brackets, next up gonna be leamaycry Kai from Romania facing off against a new face, Rygox Ramlethal from, let's see. Oh yeah, Rygox didn't leave a note where they were from, but somewhere
From
around
space.
Europe. From space, yeah.
But no, Ramlethal player again. We haven't had one in Bounty Hunters within kind of recent memory of me watching, participating, and commentating on these. So I'm excited to see what they bring. And Leah was playing Baiken on release first couple weeks. We saw them 2 or 3 weeks of Baiken, and this is the first week they've come with the Kai. And they have stated that Kai has been really clicking with them. So yeah, it's really cool to see when someone is kind of lost in search of a character and then suddenly finds one that clicks with them.
Yeah, especially Kai. It's funny because we've had also in the Finnish community Rolle doing kind of the same. They tried Kai recently. I'm not sure in which game was it. I think in Exerd, but they came to the same conclusion. They've been jumping around characters and suddenly just, all right, I'll just try Kai, and holy shit, it clicks. And I think that's a very common story actually, because Kai in a lot of Guilty Gear games feels just natural, very good to play. So a lot of players who don't, necessarily know what they want to play have found a nice home in Kai along the years.
Yeah, I feel like Kai here in Strive is a very fundamentals-based character, so it's easy to just kind of feel at home just playing a fighting game. You're playing Kai, you're playing a fighting game. You play off of those typical fundamental skills that are required for these games, so you can do a lot from it. The player expression I've seen, especially from Kai, a lot of people were saying at the start of Strive that Kai was a very dripless character, didn't have a lot to do with their combos. That I think by now we've all been proven wrong from that. Getting a lot of really cool combos going and really cool demonstrations, especially people who managed to make Dragon Install work.
Yeah, I mean there's still cool amount of variation because you can get different stuff depending on if you have a shock state or not, and if you have a Dragon Install or not, and you have a lot of cool starters, counter hit DPs. You have just a lot of stuff to utilize that can make fun looking combos for Kai as well.
Yeah, I mean, if we see a single Dragon Install today that doesn't immediately result in Kai's death, I will be very happy with the set. That's what I want to see, because I have a friend who until recently was playing a lot of Kai, and they've done some nasty things with DI, and honestly, I just want to see more of that.
One thing I would really love to see more is like if they made Dragon Install a little more, accessible. I feel like the big downside is that you have to be low health yourself to activate it, so it kind of limits your options of going into it. So it's not quite like a stable tool that you can just, build your game plan against. It's still more like a little niche, but when you get an opportunity to go for it, obviously it's really nice, but still kind of limited when you can go for it. I would love to see more Dragon installs for sure. Alright, we got our players ready to go. Yeah. When is Testament now? Tomorrow.
Yes, at 10 a.m. Central European time.
Mm-hmm.
So that is when the servers should be coming back up. That is going to be hopefully when I come back from my from gym.
And that is hopefully when I'm gonna wake up. I've been, you know, working with my sleep schedule, making it better just for the Testament release. I better be awake at 9 a.m. But back to this match, Leah versus Rygox. Let's see what's it gonna be. Surprising that we haven't seen more Ram players, considering, you know, how powerful the character actually is.
Yeah, that's what I was saying at the start of the stream. You know, she's considered by many to be a top 5 character. Everyone's top lists. Everyone complains about this character, but then here in the Bounty Hunters community, we don't have a lot of Ram players. Now we see Ram with 2 bars of meter. There's a lot she can do with it. Leah jumping out of the sword explosion at the wall. Good bit of awareness.
Ooh.
Sword super, unfortunately, not doing enough damage to kill on just one sword.
Wow, far slash from Ram, able to hit high enough to tag Kai out of that flip kick.
And that move has a very surprisingly favored hitbox, especially when you have the sword. I mean, obviously, if you don't, the move is very disadvantageous to use. But yeah,
Again, I wonder.
it is.
That can't be on reaction, because that's like a 10 frame normal. That would be impossible to react to. Usually usually when you see people tag the flip kick out of Kai, it's with like 5p or something, or 6p.
Yeah, I mean, it depends a lot on the characters. I think the beauty of it, you know, depending on where you're standing, obviously, the beauty of Ram Far Slash is it's so disjointed and hits very far, deals a very reasonable amount of damage, gets good combos off of it. Sometimes you just throw it out and you hope for the best. And speaking of, Rygox here taking the first match of the set.
Yeah, it's like even if you don't have the position to go for a lot like this one, when you're not on the opponent's side of the round, where you still get quite decent amount of damage just going far slash 5 heavy. Oh wow, the
Calling out the Fuder arc.
I think Leah hasn't been able to land a single Fuder arc yet.
No, because Leah started the first round of the first match with a Fuder arc that hit. I will go to their defense and say that. But yeah, this jump air dash backwards jumping slash from Ramlethal is a very good space keeping tool. It's kind of your bread and butter as well of the air control game. And I feel like against Sky, if you're expecting the opponent to go for a lot of these Fuder arcs to close space, it's going to be very good.
Ooh, this is gonna hit.
With punish RTL?
Straight into the corner. But again, ready to press that far slash. You know, one thing that you can do is use that button we were talking about in the earlier set, the 6p. 6ps globally will go under pretty much every far slash in the game. So if you're having difficulties challenging an oppressive button like Ram far slash, go for 6p.
Yeah, and other characters, I think Kai's 6H would also be a very good move to use on whiff. You know, keep yourself spaced out and then throwing that 6H. You can get a lot out of it.
Alright, doesn't go for a side switch, but a little bit of a combo.
Stuffing the wake up buttons. Oh, unfortunately not blocking out the RC, and the Molar Bato is going to get the kill. Even with just one sword, that move still hits surprisingly far.
You know, I was looking at Testament's reversal super, and it did kind of look like a move to rival Morto Bato, but I don't wanna say yet.
I think until we get the proper, you know, hitboxes and data on it, as I don't want to be celebrating too early.
Yeah. The thing about Morto Bato is it is very fast for its range. It reaches like half screen, so it's very hard to avoid, and you can kind of use it as a whiff punish even. Ram can like punish a lot of things that other characters can't, just by churning that super out.
Yeah. And And Leah has been going a lot for this jumping slash to call out the far slash. Oh, that was pretty solid combo. Oh, unfortunately, it took too slow a move, but sort of reversal RTL just barely not killing. But the grab will close out the game.
I swear.
Getting Leah in the board.
That was kind of close to wall breaking. That must have been, because RTL just... half screen RTL will break the wall. Oh wow, I think that was actually lucky, lucky for Leah that Rygox bursted that, because I think they were too close to actually make the 2 hits combo into each other. The usual Kai curse.
Oh. The Rekkas and the Mortobato breaking the wall has a lot of damage. Another right, the lightning.
Oh, that was not a safe jump. It looked like one though.
I think the RTL came out before the Ram hit the floor, so.
Oh, nice frame trap there.
They are a lot more confidently controlling space and contesting these far slashes, or attempts at a far slash. Now against Ram, it takes playing patiently, because she will just come at you and you will find the openings if you play a bit more slowed down.
Yeah, I think it's realistic to say that Ram is the character who will sort of set the pace in a lot of matchups as well as this, just because for the merit that her far slash and 5 heavy just reach further than yours. Oh, Leah was baiting that so hard and gets the round with that.
Oh, Vapor Thrust. It has a surprising amount of range.
That was crazy. I think a lot of players after the initial bait there, not seeing the burst, would have probably tried to continue the pressure, but Leah went all the way in and chose to double it up. Just wait for the burst, and eventually it came.
Oh, that jumping slash.
Once again, preventing Leah from going airborne. Far slash hits high as well.
Oh, baiting burst?
Yeah. Again, that fun feature when your RC does not, the RC explosion does not connect with the opponent, that means they're bursting. Yeah, look at that. That's exactly the showcase. Why Mortobato is such a fucked up super. It reaches that far.
And deals a lot of damage to boot. Leah just narrowly avoiding the sword explosion. Unfortunately, Fudorak too close will get beaten by just far slash. Rygox setting up pressure with the sword explosion, getting the wall stick.
The high sword actually tagging Leah on the way out there. Rygox has so much meter to spend here. And a far slash. Go with the classics.
That's all you need.
Yeah, why should you bother with like 6Ps when your far slash is actually doing the job over half the time?
Oh, good Fudorak. And the pickup off of it forces the burst out. 5B anti-airing.
Right, it's so important for Leah to somehow build a little bit of real estate here. This is a difficult position to play when you're playing against Ram.
Just, yeah, generally being in that corner is a very notoriously difficult position to be in.
Yeah, gives Ram access to her trademark sword pressure. That gives you very few options for counterplay. Again, the far slash just calling out the Fudorak. Alright, luckily for Leah, gets out of the corner position.
And now will probably be forced to burst away. And oh. Jumps to get out of the corner.
Ooh, nice. Oh, drops the combo.
Unfortunately, gets called out and forced to burst, but has meter to get a pick up. Gonna get the wall break. That is just enough to kill.
Nice. It's like at neutral, Rygox seems to have a little bit of an edge, but as soon as Leah manages to mount up a offensive position, especially in the corner, they've been milking a lot out of it, yeah. Rygox is trying to press buttons very actively. So as long as you don't have the window of opportunity to do so.
The wake-up grab. A classic punish against a missed meaty. Very dangerous to go for.
Nice, gets a whip punish on the throw. Oh, still gets the hit. Coast to coast.
Nice.
Rygox does have 100 meter to spend here.
Yeah, I mean, generally invulnerable moves. Oh, we'll get the punish. That's just enough to kill. Yeah, generally any move with invulnerability is a good option to use on the corner to escape that the pressure from sword explosions, and Ride the Lightning is one such move, and it even gets you right in your opponent's face.
Oh, that was such a smart dash. Doesn't take the sword explosion. It's like when Ram is not close enough to check you after the sword throw, you should get the hell out of there so you don't have to block it. Alright, Rekka, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that was interesting. Missing the meaty kind of, and big counter hit.
Oh,
Secures the last touch. Again, the far slash versus far slash. It's Rygox who has come out of those exchanges more often than not. Ooh, again, the first and second hit not comboing into each other.
and Ram has the buttons to kind of, if you get any stray hit, you can convert into them, you can get a lot of reward off of them, and it's just about getting a little bit bang for your buck on every interaction.
There's sort of like a binary nature of Ram. When you are on the opponent side of the screen, when you have access to the corner with by corner comboing into the sword toss like this, this is like a sick position. But on the other hand, when you're in this position, you can't really do much unless you have 50. Like far slash, 5 heavy, and that's it. Ooh, but Leah finds a button. Immediate burst from Rygox. Wants to get Leah, keep Leah in the
Back
corner.
in the corner, yeah. I mean, that is where Ram really excels, is just maintaining pressure consistently, especially with a proper use of the swords and their explosions, as well as canceling Rekkas to keep your opponent having to just guess when their turn is, you know?
Yeah,
Ram has all of these tools.
I would definitely use a burst to keep my opponent in the corner as Ram.
Yeah, a lot of characters want to play it very defensively with their escape tools, but, you know, when your best defensive option is to be on an unstoppable offense, that is what you should be doing.
Big frame trap there into 5 heavy. Securing Leah that round.
Yeah.
Again, far slash working as an anti-air. Ooh, big ones.
And Roman canceling to try and continue the pressure going, but unfortunately misses the timing ever so slightly. That Ram jump dust will go very far. Again, there is the theme. Oh, being under a high sword that just slashing at Ram's ankles. So Leah able to equal out the score in this set.
They've been going so neck to neck so far. It's like back and forth, trading damage for damage.
Oh, that's 6p. High 6p is really good, but unfortunately Leah wasn't able to get much out of it, but forced the burst out from Rygox.
Again, the frame trap on... What's the other special move called?
Ah, I was hoping you'd know. You played Sin. You should know.
This is new moves in this game. I'm a boomer. Ooh, I'm surprised that Rygox is actually not choosing to spend...
no! Speaking of Rygox choosing to spend meter.
Yeah, a lot of the times you see Ram players just going the Rekka, maybe leaving a frame trap somewhere in there, but then RCing the Rekka into more pressure. Haven't seen that from Rygand so far. Ooh, drops the combo in a precarious
Gets the
position.
grab, but oh.
Yeah, the explosion takes care of that DP situation.
And you have to be very careful about how you get out of the corner when there's a sword behind you, because anytime you stop holding back is the time where you're susceptible to that explosion. And Rygand will get a 5th point on the set.
The special move I was talking about was 214S. The other one that electrifies.
All the grab to get out. It's just about mounting some more pressure, but Stun Dipper, unfortunately, without a shock state, is quite negative. A lot of very characters can punish it, but Leah able to bait the burst. Notices that that Rygand was going for it as they are a seed.
Right. Keep the electricity on.
DioGGu.
Yeah, DioGGu was the move. That's it.
Ooh. And unfortunately, those trades aren't being in Leah's favor, because Ram just has, you know, more individually damaging moves.
Ooh, nice, gets the combo. Break the wall. Doesn't get the heart knockdown, but that's fine. We're building a lot here. Yo, I think has Rygand actually gone for like a reversal super yet? I think they, for the most part, are spending the supers to sort of break the opponent's pressure between the hits.
Yeah, I think there's been maybe once or twice at the start.
Yeah, it's sort of what Leah was fishing for there. They're not getting it. Here we go. Ooh,
Yeah.
the frame trap not working out.
I don't know if my friend, I have a friend who plays a lot of Ram, and I don't know if he's watching this, but he's taught me some pristine Ram lethal tech that not enough players go for, honestly. Oh, Leah calling out the grab there, going for their own, and grabbing the round.
Nice interception from the sky.
But you know, more of those frame traps. That's kind of all you need. You know, you don't need big flashy combos a lot of the time. Sometimes you just need these create these situations where you get little bits of damage one at a time and you maintain pressure to keep going.
Especially since like Rygand is very aggressive on defense, so Leah can make a lot out of those. Oh, this time the DioGGu frame trap didn't hit. Good use of FD there from Rygand, but still Leah manages to grab that round, getting closer and closer.
Only on 1 game deficit right now, and Rygand's on the set point.
The
But
DioGGu.
still, it's still anyone's game.
Wow, it's if this game had stun, there would have been a lot of stun so far. Wow. That was all the right guesses for Leah that round.
I saw someone yesterday actually saying that, oh, well, Strive got rid of stun, but they added a wall break. That just kind of works the same way. I'm not sure if I necessarily agree. I understand what the point of of what they were saying it was, but to me, it feels like a bit of a strange comparison.
For sure. Right, and that was 2 really fast back-to-back rounds for Leah. Evening it out, 6 apiece.
Getting that momentum. And now both players on the 6-6 scenario.
We've had
2 sets in a row going for it.
We had 12 games for the for the players to gather data, and this is where it all culminates in. Keep them in the corner. Nice. I think dropping your combo there is still pretty okay, as long as you get to keep the position. I mean, at high level, you kind of sort of forcefully drop your combos oftentimes if you don't want to break the wall, or if you don't have the 50 meter to break the wall SRAM.
Oh.
But now Sliach stands to bring it back. YRC hits, gives a little bit of breathing room for Rygox.
And that jumping slash will hit very far and favorably. But still, Leah.
Ooh, doubles it up!
Oh.
Into throw! Wow!
Very nice. Unfortunately, with the heavy fireball being a bit too fast, not hitting the wake up, but still able to build up a lot of momentum, a lot of pressure, and is now on set point, on set round, even.
The frame traps are working. Milk it out, there's the burst. And now Rygox can't afford to make any more mistakes. Finds Dabarek close slash in the corner.
Now the swords keeping Leah in place. And the
I love that.
beam super, that's going to break the wall.
Not the most optimal choice, but I mean, at this point you will take the damage you can get happily.
Yeah, and I think at that range, it's a lot more consistent than having to go in and Mortomato.
Yeah.
And it gives you your swords back, so coming out of it,
Nice.
you have pressure. Getting us into the last Luigi again. 2 sets in a row.
Very even burst situation. Leah gets the first hit, big count, frame traps once again. Rygox breaking out of the corner. Oh wow, just goes to the throw.
Oh. Relentless, that's gold. YRC. Oh, catches Rygox trying to press on those plus frames.
Oh, the tip.
Stun Dipper is going to be enough to go across.
Oh no! Again, that same situation. After Stun Dipper, not quite able to get the punish. Whiffing the high sword, Leah recognizes, presses a button, gets the set.
Yeah. It was very well played by both of these players. You know, Leah new on specifically Kai. Rygox fully new to bounty hunters. Hopefully, someone we see returning.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see that Leah manages to grab a couple of wins. I don't think, I'm not sure how many they've taken so far, but it's been a lot of tough matchups for Leah on bounty hunters so far.
Yeah,
So-
it's glad to see, especially, you know, because Leah was saying about, you know, it's a situation where you're pretty nervous. You're playing on stream in front of, you know, a lot more people than you typically play in front of, and so it's nice to see them getting a win after having come a few weeks, and hopefully we see Rygox coming back and getting wins for themselves as well.
All right, now speaking of new characters, we've got AgguBaggu on a new addition to their repertoire, Giovanna, instead of the usual Baiken.
Yeah, I noticed that. And playing against KS, who is, you know, a resident, consistent Gold Lewis player, who has been here quite often, going to be facing off against AgguBaggu on the new character. And AgguBaggu, you said in the past, has been someone who's hopped around a lot of characters already. And then, you know, every week they've shown up on Baiken. You were saying they're finally settled on Baiken. And they showed results with it. They played a really high-level Baiken, and now changing to Giovanna? Do you know if they've played her before, or is this a completely new pickup?
I think this is a fairly recent pickup, so probably I wouldn't, like, if I had to guess, probably not a character switch, but more like just wanting to test out the character, acquiring information for maybe counter matchups, knowledge, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a very good practice, especially, if you want to be a proper competitive player. It's good to have a nice idea of what every character can do. So it's good methodology. I appreciate the commitment.
Yeah, especially in Strive, where you don't necessarily have to spend like half a year to get basics down with a particular character, and where counter picking is more of a viable option. It's nice to see that players are, trying out multiple different options.
But even so, AgguBaggu already level 460 on Giovanna, so there's definitely been grinding going on. So I'm excited to see what they can do. And KS, I have a soft spot for KS, the first person I ever played in these events. So, and a Gold Lewis player to boot. So a lot of reasons for me to cheer on them.
I love the last minute advice from Shady. KS press 5k, win. I wonder if Gold Lewis 5k can sort of contest 2D from Geo? Surely not, right?
Probably not, but I think what 5k would be very good for is contesting Giovanna's dash pressure, which is a very big part of her game plan, Giovanna typically wants to go up and run at you very quickly and avoid buttons, but something that's kind of as active as Gold Lewis 5k surprisingly is probably quite good. That said, what an explosive round already from AgguBaggu.
Yeah, speaking of 5k, KS whiffing 5k there, and AgguBaggu immediately whiff punishing. Like, that's actually one super scary thing about Giovanna. She's one of the best characters in the game to actually run whiff punishes, and Gold Lewis has a lot of recovery on his buttons.
Oh yeah, her just running speed on its own is a very powerful neutral tool that allows you to just get up in people's faces very quickly and pick up combos that, other characters at the same range wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, that step dash momentum just works perfectly with her normals. Oh, is that actually gonna hit? Not too bad. I think KS is fine taking that little bit of hit for...
you get the meter out of the Giovanna player. That's always good. Especially because she's so scary with that meter, Just 2D into super hit confirms and does a lot of damage. A 60 call out.
Wow, the jump D hitting from behind, I think. Good
There's
use
a
of FD.
But now AgguBaggu didn't have. No. When you get stuck to the wall, you just are no longer able to burst, and that's just it.
Yeah, I think AgguBaggu only had an opportunity to burst for one of those hits, because I guess you can't really predict when it's gonna wall stick you, right? Unless you're, the player who's actually doing the combo.
Yeah, and especially because, wanting to keep your burst until the last possible moment where you could use it is typically the smart move to do, but sometimes the last moment you could use it has already gone past.
Nice, finds the jump D, KS with a... Oh, okay. Interesting, just crouch under that jump D completely. Finding the reversal super.
Oh, and that's going to punish. Now advancing slowly behind the drone.
Oh, surprising! Instead of going for the jump slash, went for the dash jump behemoth that actually reaches. And did that catch AgguBaggu's backdash even? That was pretty cool. I think the layer 1 is to just use jump slash and prevent them from jumping over the drone. Again, catching the backdash gets a big combo. But look at that. The rocket fuel 5k.
Oh no! Punishing the 5D?
Oh,
AgguBaggu, unfortunately,
I want to say
dash
that was
won't take enough. Won't go far enough.
Yeah, that was the right idea, but I think it was a little too far to get in there with the air dash. KS taking another one in a row.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society.
Dedication to the Gold Lewis man pays off. You know, KS, has been participating for at the very least over a month in these events, and a month or two actually, and you know, always been on Gold Lewis, always grinding, and the knowledge accumulates.
It hasn't been like strictly ups. It's been a lot of ups and downs with these Gold Lewis players, wondering like, should I be playing this character? And I think KS kind of went maybe some of those thoughts as well, but still keeping up with the character that they love, that's very respectable.
Yeah. And to be fair, I don't think there's any strictly bad characters in Strive. You know, I think it's a perfectly fine game to just play the character that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. There it is.
Jump
catching that that dash in.
When in doubt, when the ground seems closed, try jump D. Yep, there it is once again.
Patience on the pressure, on AgguBaggu's pressure here.
Yeah, this is kind of tricky position to be in for Gold Lewis, because Giovanna is one of those very like strong pressure characters, and Gold Lewis in return very slow on their buttons.
Yeah, especially because again Gio has, you know, really good dashes, really good ground movement that allows her to play the neutral quite safely if the player is very conscious of who they're playing against. You know, being able to back off during your own gaps to make someone whiff a potential punish, and then going back in and continuing pressure is a very solid strategy. As I say that, there it is, you know?
My life flashed before my eyes when I saw AgguBaggu miss that DP.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about.
Alright, back to the corner you go. Ooh,
the cross up.
Doesn't come without a cost though, because you spent the position to get the mix up. And look at the result. Wow!
That is so much damage, you know. You ran into a coffin, and the coffin had an alien in it. The gold burst.
Perfect delay for AgguBaggu.
Oh no!
Whoa, the clash!
The grab!
Dude, there's so much interaction. What the hell is going on? Alright, good recognition. Doesn't get in there.
Oh my god!
GGST. Of
that
course
has to be, you know, that was probably on the last frame that move was active. They got the hit for the win.
That round was like way beyond my commentator skill level. There was a lot of stuff in there.
Oh, the clash?
And misses the punish on the throw, unfortunately, but still, with the position. The up kick, a little bit minus, but might be hard for Gold Lewis to challenge still, considering Gold Lewis buttons.
They are on the store side. They win with spacing. And you have just a simple setup and try to abuse those plus frames.
Oh, there we go. I think. Oh, but still hits. AgguBaggu has been
the backdash.
I feel like AgguBaggu has been trying to bait out that reversal super like so many times now, because KS started with a lot of really good like reversal supers earlier to the set. But at the same time, it is very nice, you know, frequency of varying your options from KS, like setting up the expectations that there will be a reversal super and then not doing it.
Yeah, the moment you can be in your opponent's head enough to where you're scaring them to backdash without doing anything, you've got a mental victory there. With that said, that's a lot of damage on the dust combo.
Oh my god, that works.
But speaking of a lot of damage, and reversal supers. Oh, that's going to
Yeah, they
Catch.
committed.
But
What is
GoldLewis
the-
has a lot of health. Oh, and then the dog.
Woof.
Dog kicking up the dust.
Oh, who's a good doggo? Yeah, Duty. Duty's a good dog. Oh my
Oh.
goodness. Oh,
Another dust combo. This time
Oh.
getting the burst out of KS.
Aggu was baiting that as well, it seemed like. Alright, burst, keep the position. Ah, misses the meaty. Now big chance for KS. KS has had really decent success so far with the pressure, but Aggu finds a way out.
And
Is that
this
it?
combo might no. It
Why?
seems like it. Oh, but this will be.
Alright, we're on the board. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that Aggu hasn't been able to take a game so far. The games have been relatively close, but finally, maybe getting enough, you know, examples to work with. I say this because like I have a lot of troubles playing against players who I've never seen playing before, or if I don't have an idea what they're doing. So after a couple of games, it starts being so much more easy.
So oh no, that unfortunate burst from KS.
DP frame trap tastes so good.
And the super to break the wall. Giovanna gets a safe jump off of this. He goes for the grab, but unfortunately is too far away.
Wow.
Oh, that's a clean round from Aggu.
I missed if that was an actual like whiff punish, but man, that was from downtown, almost half screen away. That step dash really do good things for Gio.
Oh, that edge of a coffin catching Aggu. But unfortunately, one whiff.
Oh, surely that doesn't hit, right?
At
Okay,
the
never mind.
perfect range to just to just send Giovanna into next round.
Never mind then, of course it does hit.
Oh, and Aggu's aggressiveness here, putting up so much pressure, not happy about what just happened.
Oh man, yeah, that was minus on the up kick and followed up by immediate DP.
This is a round powered up by anger at getting hit there. Yeah. Eat a perfect gold, Lewis. I am not happy that I just got super.
I mean, we've been downloading something here for sure. It's like complete, not completely different, but there's definitely something that changed from Aggu's pickups and neutral. It's like KS hasn't been getting that many opportunities to swing as wide as they have been so far. Ooh, potential miss input there on the TK Behemoth. Finds a 6K.
Oh, a backwards drift, a moonwalk RC. For the wall break, getting positive bonus and just chilling out with a drone that will do the trick.
Yeah, they tried. But it's so easy to get caught in that drone. And you don't want to keep walking back either. Like if you try to wait for the duration of the drone, you're gonna walk yourself back into the corner. Oh wow, yeah, that must have been amazing. But alright, finds a way out. Coast to coast again, churns out the
that's
reversal.
going to hit. You know,
KS's accuracy with those reversal supers has been so good.
oh yeah, because a big barrier to entry on Gold Lewis is actually that execution. And KS has been quite consistent. We haven't seen, you know, anything look like a missed input so far.
Ooh, that was so close. The high overhead catching the backdash almost. Plus frames.
Now level 3 Skyfish. It's a lot of bullets into Giovanna, but the FD will be enough. It is a lot of bar eaten.
Good 6P challenges the drill kick, which is slow on startup, but is plus frames on block. There we go, finally a punish.
And now Oh,
Maybe a combo drop, maybe a reset? We don't know. There we
and
go.
that kick so far forward. You know, even if you just scratch your opponent with your toes, that's all you need sometimes.
And that's just like that, 3 in a row. AgguBaggu evens it up 3 apiece. It's like the first 3 matches or the games didn't even happen.
Yeah, now it's just a first to 4. Again, on these longer sets, it's a big advantage for whichever player is able to keep their cool and adjust to what their opponent is trying to do. Because the gameplay we're seeing in the first matches is definitely not going to be the same as what we see later on.
Oh, nice. 2P, and gets the conversion as well. I think that 2P
Yes.
doesn't
Oh,
Gatling
the
into it.
backdash.
Pressure.
Giovanna's
yeah.
movement.
Oh, finds the close slash. No meter to convert
Such a
it though.
solid button. And the overhead kick. And the grab. And the R. Oh! Drops the RC for the combo button. Still gets nice hits.
Yeah, a lot of the strongest close range pressure rushdown characters, their pressure starts at the close slash, offering plus frames, allowing good like cancel options and good tick throws as well. Just, yeah, what are you gonna do there? Are you gonna press a button? Oh, there we go, there's a button! Yes, must have been thinking about that 50 meter on AgguBaggu. The cross up hits!
Cross up.
Nice.
Both of these players have bursts going in there. They're at the same level of resources into this round. With that said, both of players using burst, but Chaos coming out of it with a full bar of butter.
Yeah, AgguBaggu must be thinking about the reversal super.
And Chaos seems like that's, you know, all they need is the threat of the reversal super to make AgguBaggu play a bit too carefully, maybe.
Oh, that 2K hits so far.
Go into the corner.
Nice conversion.
Sweeping Giovanna off.
It always surprises me how like players are just ready to use the right version of the Behemoth Typhoon to just, you know, when they're back against the corner, just sweep the opponent into there. Like, of course, not being a Gold List player myself, not sure how much decision making is going into that, but it looks cool as hell. Ooh, okay. Drops the combo, gets the reset, and 50 meter available for AgguBaggu. There we go.
And he will use it as an extension and to break the wall. Setting both of these players back to neutral, but Chaos had a pretty heavy health deficit. Oh, getting a trade. No longer a perfect.
Look at that, it's just one step dash away from almost half screen to the tick throw, or the threat of the throw.
Unfortunately, the Behemoth Typhoon doesn't hit.
But gets a decent reward for just getting out of the corner. As soon as I say that, into the other corner.
Oh, and the burst to keep Chaos in the corner, but Chaos just won't take it. Gets the grab back. Drone
this is bad.
Keep AgguBaggu going, but the 5Ps will just keep GGST in check.
I love that mash from AgguBaggu because, you know, if you never press buttons against GGST, you're gonna get exploited to Kingdom Come. If GGST is that character you gotta not respect sometimes, depending on what you read. That's it.
KS came back from a very dangerous position. He managed just to get the round very cleanly.
Wow, the miss on the throw there. Gets KS. Oh, gets the backdash! Big one. In the corner now. And KS has the 50. Oh, that was such an important hit. Again! I don't believe it. Was that an autocorrect? Or did he just turn that into the right direction?
That's,
Amazing.
that can feel good on Aggu's side. You think that just happens to be the case of, you know, because the input is just doing full circles, it kind of works for both sides. You can't get tricked into an input not working if side swap happens.
Oh yeah, and like, I wonder, since the startup of the super is kind of slow as well, it does give you a little bit of time. Well,
Because I do think the startup does have to start after the cross.
yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Oh, the 6B, what a button. And now, you know, Aggu with their own reversal super, abusing the invulnerability frames.
But man, if KS gets a super reversal super out here, like round is over.
Oh. Speaking of, but that is safe for Aggu. The spacing, plus using non-committal moves will save him. Oh, the 6B. Oh no.
I think this will miss, yeah.
Oh wow. I was actually not expecting it to miss. That was a good call out.
Yeah, that jump D.
I was expecting it to do what we saw earlier, where the first couple of hits hit, but then it drops.
Right. But even in that situation, KS would have probably been fine with it.
GGST is a thick boy. But even so, Giovanna does a lot of damage.
Wow, just challenge with 2P.
And now, the mixes, the plus frames. What was that 6P calling out? Was that... Could that have been a dropped super?
Oh wow, gets between the 2P and something. And manages to land a throw.
Yeah. Now Aggu coming in with the full burst into this round, but whoa.
Oh nice, stands up and blocks it. No punish though. The delayed low, finds a small hit. Slowly grinding KS down, plus frames once again.
Yeah, but here's GGST saying, I've got my own plus frames, and on hit they're even better, but Aggu gets a grab, sends KS back into the corner.
I wonder what that
Will
was
take
about.
a fourth game.
Looked kind of like a heart bait on a burst, but Aggu didn't have one loaded up at the moment.
Did Aggu already have meter? Aggu finished the round with meter. Could it be baiting a reversal super?
Maybe. Ooh, using the 2S to beat that 2D from Geo preemptively. Because 2D from Geo is an amazing button, but I mean KS 2S also has disjoint.
Giovanna unfortunately has just a slightly faster moves. Oh, I think this misses.
Finally. I mean, I was ready to bet money.
Vindication for Aggu.
I was really ready to bet money on that super hitting.
Punish.
Has the meter, yep. Oh wow! Finds the super.
Ooh. Any amount of health above 1 is a luxury. Aggu just pooped us this.
Brave choice there, going for the super instead of YRC. Finds the low, KS is working with 50 here.
Oh, sending Aggu to the wall. You don't get the burst here.
And I think Aggu probably, it was definitely in their best interest to hold that burst.
Yeah.
That would have been an impossible hero situation.
Maybe the winning after that hero situation could have been pretty good, you know? Again, mental gameplay.
Alright, find the throw.
At that spacing, the dash won't be enough. Here we have dive kick super.
Ooh, breaks the wall as well. That's kind of cool. getting the
Is,
full value.
Very advantageous for AgguBaggu. Chaos, again, working from a huge life deficit.
Yo, what a whiff
No
punish!
burst, I think, yeah.
The back dash and dash back! Oh my goodness, AgguBaggu using Geo's advantages to their full extent. And so we have come here again, 5 both.
Yeah. Again, Chaos pulled ahead a little bit after that 3-3 situation, but now we're back to AgguBaggu catching up. But, you know, AgguBaggu needs to just take an advantage now to be, you know, contending for the win.
There's another good whiff punish. I think, yeah, look at this. AgguBaggu is more concentrating on the whiff punishes now.
That does feel like a very solid way to play against GGST. You know, GGST has to commit a lot, press those big buttons and swing the coffin a lot.
Oh, I think this will get baited.
Yeah.
Just whiffs completely.
I think that's it for our GGST fella. No? One more chance.
Unless...
The grab? Drone?
Schrodinger's curse.
I didn't say anything, I just said I had the chance. Look, I didn't commit to either side, I just described the events as they happened.
Wow, really decent hit on that 6p there. Leading into an advantageous... Yo! Interrupt the third hit of the 6 heavy sequence. That's kinda cool. I think you can kinda decide how fast you wanna cancel those into each
Look at
other.
this space control.
Man, that
Such
recovers
fast
instantly.
recovery.
Yeah.
What recovery?
No, there's no recovery here.
Oh no. Too close for the
zone.
coffin to hit.
Oh, I didn't even know that the Behemoth Typhoon has a dead zone like that. AgguBaggu dashing point blank and making it whiff.
That's definitely Giovanna's tiny hurt box playing to her advantage. Because I think other characters could have gotten hit on the way up.
Mankind knew that they
And maybe I'm talking out of my ass, but yeah. AgguBaggu in set point right now.
It's been a back and forth ride all around the not the skateboard, the thing you have in you know, amusement parks.
The merry-go-round? I don't know.
Anyway, English
We
is not my
are
first
not
language
English.
either. Roller coaster, that's it.
That's yes.
Oh, AgguBaggu was definitely baiting there. But now 100 tension.
Oh.
That actually, yeah, that kills.
Boom! Slammed into the ground with a coffin. That's an instantaneous burial.
Really good recognition for Chaos that was gonna kill. There's the 5k. Doing stuff. Ooh, it's doing stuff. Jumpy.
And with punishing with the dive kick super. This time it doesn't break the wall, wasn't very close to that side of the screen.
Oh, is AgguBaggu gonna burst here?
Oh,
Not sure.
respecting the burst.
But Chaos surely decided to try to bait that. AgguBaggu sort of having to spend theirs would be unfortunate to go down with one. And wow. You can't make this shit up once again.
6-6.
Man, couple of really good scripts I wrote today.
Apparently even Potemkin can be on that dead zone.
mankind
And we had someone in the chat just go in to test.
duel 1.
Oh wow, that's really interesting. Alright, AgguBaggu, the Polish, now question mark Geo player versus our Finnish dedicated gold player. Who's gonna take the cake? Nice whiff punish there once again. And the active frames of the far slash. Catching KS on the backdash. And what's it gonna be? Straight into close slash. Dick throw situation. What's it gonna do?
Taking
Yo, it
Chaos
works.
into the corner, getting pickup. More pressure. A 6p whiff into the reversal super.
Ooh, this could be a good...
And this could be a good start, but Chaos literally cannot take any damage. And there's the dive kick.
Very tricky when you gotta face Geo with full meter. Not only is there potential to burn that meter, but she gets the defensive modifier as well, becoming essentially as thick as
Oh,
you.
that slam. That's a massive hit to start a combo off of.
And wow,
Aggu just taking the chip,
where'd your
going
life
into
go?
guts range.
Right, well timed backdash there. But now Aggu, if they want to end it
Oh,
here, yeah, won't
That
be able to.
jumping kick, crossing up. Another last Luigi. So 3 sets in a row, not only going to 6-6, going to final round.
Oh my god, my heart can't take this.
Now, if we can't take this, how are these players feeling?
On a completely trade in Gold Luis's favor.
The pressure. Oh, goes for the grab. Unfortunately, whiffs. A
Wow.
6p.
The active frames. Yo, that was so smart. I think
The
Aggu was
2p. Oh no. A lot of damage on Gold Lewis. Oh, just
no.
keep swinging. Just keep swinging. Now, this is difficult position for Aggu, but they have a burst to use.
unless
Cat grabbed and the OTG hit.
That's enough! Yo! The
Chaos.
decision making for Chaos! I didn't even think. I thought that was gonna be one more, but Chaos recognizing the throw, reach, OTG. Man!
What a set. We are getting spoiled. You know, these players have to go through the stress of getting these close sets, and we just get to enjoy them. It doesn't feel fair. Oh, and we have our next players already ready. Wasting no time. Radune and Gamma.
Speaking of entertaining players,
Oh yeah. This is going to be interesting because Radune is notorious for the very aggressive Leo play. I wonder how that's going to match up against the forced defensiveness that is a matchup against Axel, you know?
I'm pretty sure that like Radune will have to make certain compromises here because this is against Axel and this can't be like Axel has to be the one setting the pace of the match here, right?
Oh yeah. Because if the Axel's not setting the pace, they're losing. Already being forced to burst. Radune just slowly inching in and jumping P in.
Yeah, the jump in RPS. Oh, does he actually get the combo? Wow. That might kill. Not quite.
Oh, not enough. Doesn't get another chance to go for the Axel bomber. Oh, canceling the DP.
Ooh, that was so smart. That late air dash catching backdash from Gamma. And a guess. Nice.
Oh.
Gets out of there.
And that was just a first round of this set. It could have gone both. It did go both ways, honestly.
Yeah, down to the last RPS. Oh, jumpy. Yeah, that's not very plus. Gamma pressing their advantage here. 2S, just go back to the full screen. Now, this is like the usual historical problem for Leo. Really nice infighter, but when you gotta get there, when you need to get in range to land your buttons, he's not really the greatest because he has some small mobility issues. Has that step dash, which is not really on a level with Giovanna, and very like slow-ish air movement.
Yeah, and doesn't even really get to use a lot of his other tools to approach. You know, being forced to jump a lot to move forward will keep you from charging up fireballs most of the time.
Oh wow!
The call out.
Yeah, that's the other option you can use. You don't necessarily have to go for a throw on Berserker Slash. You can really press a button as well. Wow, and 2K's there once again.
Ooh. Gamma bringing the Leo up close. But only because they're confident in the kill.
Wow,
Yeah.
Zoning. Yes, yeah, stay there.
Yeah.
5B. All the buttons.
Oh, going for the kill. Or like at the very least the wall break.
That would have actually
no.
been a kill if the wall didn't break as early, because that's the position where Axel actually gets to do some damage. Like we don't talk enough about Axel's damage potential when you get like decent bomber loops going.
Yeah, he can do a lot, but you know, the game plan of the character goes against getting in the position to do those.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
You know, when you need to close out a round, that is the smart thing to do, especially because you'll most likely catch your opponent off guard, not expecting you to go for that.
And I think Leo especially is a character you will never go in on, because they have difficulties getting to you, so it's in your best interest to stay in a sort of zoning position most of the time. It's kind of like playing against Potemkin, but with a twist. Oh, the bait there on, I think there was a throw. No, that was a button for sure. Again, ready to unleash the 2S anti-air.
Even going for a cheeky cross-up, forcing the burst out of Radune. You don't see people bursting against Axel that often, because you know, how often do you really put yourself in a position where you have to burst against the Axel?
Yeah, it's like often enough you're getting hit by something disjointed, so
exactly.
Okay.
The DP.
That's the thing we were talking about. Gamma was willing to press the situation and risk getting DP'd.
Yeah. If you put yourself in a position where Radune can DP, rest assured Radune will DP. The command grab, putting Radune into the corner, but gets grabbed on wake up and command grab.
Oh man, the footsies with 2D Radune. Now this is looking like Radune, Leo.
Oh no.
Oh.
Two players at really low health. Just a stray hit from Gamma will close it out.
Oh yeah, I forgot to resolve the previous one. Is it too late to ask? It was KS who won, right?
It was KS.
Okay, I'm not crazy. There we go. I've screwed up some predictions in the past in really embarrassing manner. So anyway. Oh, wow, almost getting to use that parry stance there.
Yeah, I mean...
Again...
Those DPs?
Sort of, I think Radune is kind of hoping that Gamma is pressing the situation and pressing a button, sort of extending into the DP, but... 2D, get the knockdown. Ooh, this is a good place.
Yeah. And respecting the burst, just giving Axel just enough room to breathe to where it's unsafe to be going for that for that burst. Sorry.
Wait, are Radune's Exart reactions kicking in there? I'm pretty sure that you can't backturn the bursts in Strive, right?
I've never seen anyone even try, but
yeah.
It doesn't seem like something you would be able to do. I mean, if you can't grab them in this game, I don't imagine that you would be able to counter.
Yeah, right, because you see saw Radune going for like back-to-back back turn D in the previous round. Oh, there we go. Miss one, do it again.
Oh, Gamma respecting it.
Whoa, almost there with the 2D. Yo, that was so sick! Got the IB. Keep the position, Radune. Now.
And the command grab.
One more. RPS finds the overhead. Get done.
That's just going to kill.
Alright, after a couple of games, Radune finally starting to find the RPS, starting to find the positions.
Apparently it's 1 to 3.
I believe it.
Radune is letting us know, so Radune's in the game, and I don't think he'd lie to give himself more of a disadvantage. I don't know, maybe that's Radune's ninja way.
There we go, that was an actual punish. It was funny, Radune actually got his own throw off out of that 2D situation earlier. Oh, the clash. Here we go. Avoiding the overhead with that jump out. And this is tricky. Oh, Gamma actually choosing to dash in.
Oh.
This could be disastrous for Gamma.
Oh, but the patience.
Timing is there. It's always so scary when you're like trying to react to that back turn D whiffing, because they could be hitting it again. So if you're late, you're actually gonna swing into the shield. Yeah, like just like that. What I love to do myself a lot is just wait for the second shield. It's so much easier to react after that.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the DP forcing the burst out of Axel. Oh, and we're gonna get a time stop combo.
Coast to coast.
Not to spoil. Oh, that gets the wall stick.
Nice. Very decent value.
I'm happy. We've gotten 2 time stop combos. I'm being spoiled.
Yeah, and how often do you see like characters just by using 50 meter breaking the wall from like the other side of the screen? I mean, technically a lot of characters have coast to coast, but
not a lot that can actually follow through and get the wall break. Unless people are doing some crazy stuff that I've not been seeing.
The overhead triggering burst from Gamma immediately. Yo! Oh, finally finds their way in. And now all the damage that Radune has taken so far suddenly nullified, because they get to play the RPS. It's like when Leo is pressuring you at point blank range, how much health Leo has left makes no difference. To a certain extent.
Yeah.
Unless you get thrown just like that.
I feel like you did just curse Radune there. But, I'm glad it wasn't me this time.
Oh, the 2D RPS that Radune loves so much. Are they gonna DP or are they gonna not? Especially when Radune has that 50 meter loaded up.
Oh, going for 2 guards and neither of them paying off. Just shows how patiently Gamma is playing this. Misses a second bomber?
There we go, that was a punish. Wait, was it which move was it that they changed to be Axel's 5-frame button? It's not 2K, right? 2K? It is 2K! That's such a good tool then!
Yeah, because Axel also has his 2K still goes into 2D, right?
Yeah, that's a complete counter option. That should basically mean that anytime you connect with 2D as Leo, you're probably gonna get punished by 2K. Because it's such a long-reaching button for a 5-frame button as well.
That was still a blue RC.
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
Bonk.
Yeah, I respect just going for it. At that point, you might as well.
Yeah, they do say once you're on your last pixel, then, you know, it's
Anything
not
goes.
that much of an issue gambling with a DP variant.
Oh, grabbed out of the dash? Now, Axel doing quarter pressure? Oh no, throws Dio out into the open.
Alright, the burst has been used, but now we need to get there again and... Oh! The dash through. Radune, jungle roms banging.
Gamma's patience in calling out these counters has been just on point.
And I mean, it makes sense, because, you know, if you think there's a fairly high chance that the back turn D is gonna come out, then might as well wait for it, I guess.
Yeah. There's no use pressing buttons like that when your opponent has perfect tools to just, you know, either hit you meaty or just get a counter off.
Yeah, again, punish after punish, man. I know, like, Radune loves that 2D so much,
That's
but...
just it? Oof.
God.
That was a really fast round. You don't get those often with an Axel in the game. Well, at least not in Axel's favor.
Right.
I had to correct myself. Oh, but a cross through. Radune putting up as much of a fight as he knows to. Getting the parry, but unfortunately too far to get the actual counter off. He will get called out on the startup to jump dust.
Oh, actually gets a
And
confirm.
a time stop.
They should get a wall break as well, I think. Uh-huh.
Oh. Gamma is spoiling me. Gamma heard me last week talking about how much I love seeing time stop combos, and is just going for them.
Uh-oh, barely whiffing that jump slash. Radune still with a chance.
This might be it for Gamma.
Oh no, that's a punish! Has to burst.
Oh no. And the grab! Oh.
I mean, it's live by the sword, die by the sword. Or live by the 2D, die by the 2D.
Is the unfortunate reality of the Leo matchup. But still, a really good showing.